Welcome to Big Z Sports and Claxon Communication play-by-play action. Be sure to subscribe to Big Z Sports on YouTube. Follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter, @Big_Z Sports. For the best coverage of high school sports, there's only one Big Z Sports.
Welcome back to Newcomerstown High School, Big Z Sports, bringing you track and field action on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. And good morning, everybody. On a dreary and rainy Saturday morning, we get things underway with our track and field part of our schedule. Nick McWilliams, Shannon Thomas, and maybe at some point Adam Ciereszewski joining you here, as well as the Claxon Communications crew for the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays. Shannon, I don't know about you, might be a little bit of drizzle in the air, might be a little bit chilly, but I know that all of these teams are definitely itching to get things underway here, and it's going to be a fun start for track and field for us on YouTube this season.
Yeah, with these track and field kids, they're excited to compete, and the rain don't stop them. The only thing that will delay this is if some thunderstorms roll in, but I don't see that happening. Well, we're going to try to bring you as much action as we can, but when the rain gets too heavy and stuff, some of the equipment will have to be pulled back indoors, and we'll bring you as much as we can from the press box, but track and field's always exciting, and these relays are a little bit different, and I'm excited to watch the boys and girls 100 and 110 relays on the front stretch here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, we're going to be having a whole bunch of different events that are going on. They are getting started off with the field events around 10 o'clock, so coming up here in just a few minutes. No surprise, given with some rain coming into the area, and we'll have to wait and see if there is going to be any change with those because of potential rain in the area. But thankfully, after what it looked like initially in the early parts of this week, I don't think we're necessarily going to have the same problem that we were worried about, which might have been the potential for it being scrapped.
Yeah, and the thing is that I was out there at the shot put in the disc areas. That those areas looked a lot better, you know, for as much rain as we got. So those guys will they do a good job down here at the facilities. You was down here last night for a softball game with as much rain as we got through the week and then yesterday, and still to be able to get that softball game in last night. It just tells you how hard the athletic department down here and the grounds crew works to keep these sporting events going.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as we talked about actually yesterday, it was Stump and I for the softball game. You know, these people involved in these athletic departments and these teams are doing it for the love of the sport. You know, that's why every single person who's out here to support the various different teams here today. Tusky Valley, Indian Valley, Ridgewood, TCC, Canton CC, Riverview, Coshocton, Cuyahoga Heights, and Newcomerstown, of course, is the host school, all competing today. So we'll be bringing you some of the best in the early goings of the track season. Bright side about this, you know, these early relays like this is a great test to kind of find out who's sitting where in the earlier parts of the season. You know, not all these athletes necessarily have hit their peak conditioning by any means to this point.
No, and I was just actually talking with one of the Indian Valley coaches down there, and, you know, Carson Hostetler, who was a sophomore for Indian Valley, finished fifth in the 300-meter hurdles at state last year, and he broke the state record, not the state record, the school record at that meet. Well, down at Riverview the other night, he fired out. He broke the school record again, and I was talking to the coach. I'm like, man, he just looked fatigued right there at the end. He said he was. So I can't imagine how good that these athletes will get as the season goes on. I mean, we're only a week into track season. Some of these kids got one meet under their belt. Some of them might have two, but I don't think any of them have three under their belt yet.
Yeah, and some of them coming off of a basketball season, depending on how long your run went. I mean, maybe you're still kind of trying to get back into shape from that because – no matter how much running you do with basketball, not very different to sports from basketball to track in terms of that conditioning.
Yeah, and we say that when you go from football and volleyball season into basketball season. Football and volleyball legs are a lot different than basketball and wrestling legs. Like every sport uses different muscles, and it takes a little bit more conditioning to get your body adjusted to that. And so they'll as the season goes on here, they'll eventually get, you know, better at the events they're in, and hopefully the weather gets better too.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure it'll get better weeks from now. But for today, this is kind of what we got. This is what it's going to be like. So thanks for tuning in with the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel, all made possible by Right Mark Roofing and the Keim Home Center. Field events getting underway. We will be having relays later on. And, of course, if you have not done so, get subscribed to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Get those notifications on, and you'll know when we go live. Going to be a lot of fun throughout today.
Yeah, like I said, I'm always excited to go to track and field events. Luckily, my daughter's down here today. She will be throwing discus for Indian Valley, so I'll get to see her from up here in the press box as the wife gets to stand down there in the rain.
You'll get to stay dry.
I get to stay dry, but but right now I can see the boys discus. They're warming up. They haven't started their official throws yet. Oh no, that they are measuring. So the boys discus is actually underway.
Yeah.
And the girls are doing shot put, and then they'll flip-flop those after each one's done. And I see long jump over there. I think they're still doing some run-throughs. Yeah,
we'll see if what kind of updates and such we can get you from throughout those events. I'm not sure exactly where he is at this point, but I think Adam's down there patrolling along. He'll probably text us in some updates from some of these fields events, some of the distances and everything that we need to know in the early goings. Of course, we'll be bringing you all the relays right here live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. We'll take our first time out when we come back. Bring you more from the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel.
Commercial building owners, how well do you keep your roof maintained? At Right Mark Roofing, we offer our Bullseye Maintenance Program to building owners to help keep your roof healthy. This includes our 21-point inspection that examines all the essential areas of your roof that require year-round maintenance, a detailed report on the health and status of your roof, priority service that moves you to the front of the line, and discounts that reduce the risk of expensive repairs. Give us a call at 330-275-0088 or visit our website at rightmarkroof.com to learn more.
Join us at Keim Home Center in Charm for Customer Appreciation Days, April 7th through 12th. We're celebrating our customers all week long with giveaways, gift card drawings, woodworking demonstrations, and refreshments. Save 10% on appliances, lawn and garden tools, housewares, and so much more. Don't miss our free pancake and sausage breakfast Friday and Saturday morning. Visit keimhome.com or follow us on Facebook for more details. We'll see you April 7th through 12th for Customer Appreciation Days at Keim Home Center in Charm.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
Spring and summer bring big events, graduations, yard sales, and tournaments. The Educational Service Center Print Center is your go-to for sponsor banners, yard signs, and custom graduation packages with invitations, envelopes, and thank you cards. And when it's time for sports, the ECO Center in St. Clairsville is the perfect venue for AAU and JO tournaments. With spacious seating, plenty of parking, and easy access to hotels and restaurants, it's your one-stop arena for wrestling, cheer, and more. Plan your next event with us on the court or in print. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net. Are you ready to give your home a new look? Look no further than Wayne Door, your one-stop shop for all your residential needs. Garage doors, entry doors, windows, and patio doors. Wayne Door has everything you need to upgrade your curb appeal. With 24/7 emergency service, you can trust their technicians to be there when you need them most. Stop by the Dover showroom on State Route 39 or visit WayneDoor.com and let the experts help transform your house into the home of your dreams. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors, from the people you can trust.
Commercial building owners, how well do you keep your roof maintained? At Rightmark Roofing, we offer our Bullseye Maintenance Program to building owners to help keep your roof healthy. This includes our 21-point inspection that examines all the essential areas of your roof that require year-round maintenance, a detailed report on the health and status of your roof, priority service that moves you to the front of the line, and discounts that reduce the risk of expensive repairs. Give us a call at 330-275-0088 or visit our website at rightmarkroofing.com to learn more.
It's the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays here from Newcomerstown, live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel as field events underway. Getting some discus throws out there as Adam Ciereszewski is going to be giving us updates from down on field level. You know, I always have to wonder, track and field, throwing discus, very subtle changes you can make in terms of getting better distance and such, but whenever it's a little bit of a damp day like this, Shannon, does make it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, a day like today, a kid maybe with a little bit bigger hands will have a better advantage. Like, I never threw disc or shot, so I know the way they place their thumb was a big issue. I watched some of the coaches work with the kids down there. Some kids, choose to just stand there and kind of give like a half a chuck, and other kids, they're working on the technique with the spin, and it's just always interesting. It looks like might be Ben Congdon from Tusky Valley right now. And that's what he does. He just kind of just stands there and gives it a big chuck.
Well, when you're as big as Ben Congdon is, that makes it a little bit easier for you to be able to do that. And, hey, look at that. You sure enough were right. In terms of the seeding coming in to the discus, the top is from Canton CC. It is Jonathan Stangl, who is the top seed with a throw of 154.8.
Yeah, that's I'm not sure what's good or what's bad in discus throw.
Second seed is from Ridgewood and Logan Sesser at 144.11, so that should probably tell you.
Yeah, that's a nice throw in there. And again, the teams that we got here, we got Cuyahoga Heights High School, Indian Valley High School, Newcomerstown High School, Ridgewood, Coshocton, Tusky Valley, Riverview, and Canton Central Catholic are all here today. And like you said, all these schools have very full teams, so they have plenty of athletes to put on a good show today.
Yeah, they certainly do, and you also see some pole vaulters getting ready as well. They'll be getting that pole vaulting, logging some jumps here coming up in just a little while. Relays to come on later. Of course, early goings with relays, Shannon, this is a chance not only to improve, personal times, personal distances, and things like that, but these are the kind of events where you really want to keep working on that condition and keep getting better, like what we were alluding to when we started. We're only about a week and a half into this track season.
Yeah, and this here with these relays, these kids like these relays because the relays is truly a team sport. So with the discus and the shot put, each school got to bring 3 boys and 3 girls, and what they do is they add all their distances up to see who wins the shot put. It isn't just one single person. And the same thing with all the relay races, the hurdles, the pole vaults, all those distances and stuff are added up together to see which school wins the event. And that's what those kids said. That's what really makes it fun because the pressure is kind of off them to go out and win it by themselves. It's on all 3 of them. So, they get to have fun with it.
Yeah, and end of the day, that's your most important part. Just have fun with it. This isn't necessarily going to be your make or break moment of the season at all. The early goings are just trying to get you, ready for that competition down the road. And kind of everything you're doing is aimed at doing that, right? It's just getting ready for ultimately postseason.
Postseason, like I said, you put in all kinds of practice, and it's a little bit yet before we even start the relays, and you can already see some of the girls on the back chute over there. They got the baton out, and they're practicing their exchange zones. And, you got other athletes that are just stretching to get ready for the runs. And like I said, right now we're the long jump, high jump, pole vault, shot, and disc, all the field events are taking place right now, and we're trying to get the camera moved around to catch some of these events.
Yeah, we'll get you updates as we can throughout. Of course, a little problem with the technology side of things. We won't have necessarily the print or the available digitally updated, but we will be having printouts coming to us. Gotta love technology, right?
Yeah, and technology is great when it works, and when you have weather like this, and it's kind of throwing a kink into the internet system. They're having trouble doing the live updates today, so they're going to go old-fashioned and print us the papers, and throughout the day we'll just continue to go back and read you those results. And try to keep you as informed as much as we can.
Now, we already mentioned with the boys in the discus with Jonathan Stangl from Canton CC, the top seed, Logan Sesser from Ridgewood after that. Behind them is Carter Neff from Indian Valley at 133-8, Spencer Ebersbach 128-8 out of Newcomerstown, and Jake McDermott at 126-7 for Tuskegee Valley. Those are your top 5 seeds coming into this. You never know, though, how much different those distances can be as the season goes on. That's just kind of what their early preliminary stuff is, and that's how they'll base it off of who's throwing when.
Well, and like we said, when it comes to those shots and discs, kids are still trying to figure out what technique they want to use. Like I said, I sat here from up in the press box and watched Congdon throw down there. The first one, he kind of just stood there and chucked it, and then the second one, he used the spin technique. So that's the same thing that I was watching Macy Anderson from Indian Valley, who was a really good shot put thrower for Indian Valley. She used 2 different styles at a track meet I was at the other night, and she's going to continue to work and to get better at which one that she wants to use at the time. So, like I said, this is kind of just another warm-up for these athletes to get better as the season goes on.
Yeah, and right now down there for the discus, looks like for Coshocton, still down there warming up for the boys' discus, that is, if I can find the sheet in front of me again. From Coshocton, probably Grayson Searles, as I believe it could be Jason Searles, or Grayson Searles, or Kenneth Jocelyn, or Julian Rivera, all 3 from Coshocton participating in the discus for today. Of course, as for the girls, you were mentioning some girls' discus. That's going to be upcoming. Top seed is Magdalene Collins from Newcomerstown at 106.6. Addison Lammers from Ridgewood at a 102.1. Hey, there's a name from the softball field from last night. Cuyahoga Heights, Samantha Valley at 101. Macy Anderson from Indian Valley, 97.8. And from Coshocton, Gabrielle Lesney at 94.2. Those are your top 5 seeds coming into this. But you never know. You could see some names from the bottom of the list on this entry form, Shannon, that one good day, they all of a sudden could find themselves one of those top seeds.
Yeah, and just like you said, my daughter throws, so I've seen what a good day and a bad day can do. You can come out and you can step up and you can throw really good one day, and then the next day you might be 3 feet shorter than what you was the day before. So, like I said, it just depends on how it comes out of your hand that day, when it's the shot or the disc.
Yeah, you never know. And also with the pole vault upcoming as well, as they're continuing to warm up on that. Same thing there. You just one little misstep or just didn't quite get the right angle. You could be all the difference from a foot or 2 in terms of the best you can do for a pole vault for a day.
Yeah, and pole vault, that's one of the sports that I got to watch the last few years. Is David Adams was the pole vault champion from Indian Valley a couple years ago, and down here at Newcomerstown, they're very big on the pole vault down here, and they do pole vault in their field house. They got it set up in there, and there's been some good kids that came from Newcomerstown that are really good at pole vaulting, and it comes down to technique. You get that hand placed right, and the way you twist when you go up in the air. That pole vault is a unique sport that takes a lot of bravery to get your body upside down and put trust in the process.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, your top seed for the girls pole vault for these relays from Indian Valley, Lainey McDaniel at a 10.6. From Tuskegee Valley is Katie Armstrong at 10 even. Molly Sievers from Newcomerstown, 8.6. Indian Valley's Haley Napier at 8 feet. And Sarah Whitlatch from Tuskegee Valley at 7 foot. Those are your top ones for pole vault coming into this.
Yeah, and like you said, what I said about Indian Valley and Newcomerstown, and some of their athletes are right there towards the top of the sheet. But Lainey McDaniel from Indian Valley, she's been pretty solid for them the last few years, and I know she's looking to try to get out to the state tournament this year.
As for the boys' side of the pole vault coming in, where they'll be warming up here shortly, Cuyahoga Heights' Aidan Ewelt at 14. Indian Valley's Josiah Klassner, 13.6. Also followed up by Indian Valley's Landon McPeak at 11 feet. And Ezra Norman from Newcomerstown also at 11 feet. And Beckett Swaldo at 10.6 for Indian Valley. Those will be your top 5 seats of the boys' pole vault. 3 of the top 5 right now currently in terms of the seeding for Indian Valley. So off to a great start.
Well, with Indian Valley pole vault, everybody knows the name Dave Bell. It goes by Buzz. Outstanding pole vault coach. And just to tell you how good he is and how determined of an athlete Josiah Klassner is, he goes by the nickname Cowboy. He just started pole vaulting last year, and he's already towards the top of the list. He PR'd the other day at the tournament or at his Riverview meet. So it's just you put in the work, you get the results.
Yeah, it's basically simple as that, right? You got to put in that work, and we're getting our camera set up down there for the shot put. That's also going to be upcoming. For the boys shot put, it is Logan Sesser from Ridgewood at 51 is your top seed. Julian Rivera from Coshocton, 46.175. Jonathan Stangl from Canton CC at 46. Carter Neff from Indian Valley at 44.8. And from Tusky Valley, Jake McDermott at 44. Those will be your top seeds. Going to be pretty tight on the top of that list, I would imagine, at the end of these relays.
Yeah, well, they'll go in and put in their results after this, to see how they all do individually. But like I said, they're so close there towards the top. If you come off your turn the wrong way or don't get your follow through extension just right, make 6 inches could mean the world.
Certainly could. As for the girls' shot put, Indian Valley's Macy Anderson, 36.9.5 is the top seed. Behind her from Coshocton, Gabrielle Westney at 33.5. From Newcomerstown, Magdalene Collins at 32.11. Ridgewood's Kira Schrock, 29.8. Another name from the softball field from last night. And for Cuyahoga Heights, Samantha Valley at 28.95. Those are your top seeds for that. So getting shot put underway out there on the field. Again, you can see pole vaulters warming up, relay teams getting warmed up. Now, for somebody coming into this, if you are one of these athletes who's going to be running the relay, if you don't have any field events prior to this, it's kind of a cold, chilly start, kind of wet, kind of damp. What do you think these coaches are telling their sprinters and their distance runners, trying to stay loose and trying to stay ready?
Get out on the track and keep your legs moving, keep your muscles moving. Muscles are kind of relate to muscles is that old bazooka bubble gum back when you was a kid. if you go to stick that stuff in your mouth and start chewing on it, it's rock hard, and that's how your muscles are going to be on these cold mornings like this. And the longer you chewed on that bubble gum, the softer it got, and the more you could chew it. The same way with your muscles. The more you get out there on the track and you just walk and you kind of do some high steps and some other stretches, keep those muscles nice and loose. That way they stretch out a lot, because you don't want to run and jump a hurdle with a tight muscle, because you could end up hurting yourself for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you definitely could, and that's the last thing you want to do in one of the early parts of this season. Kira Schrock from Ridgewood getting a throw for shot put out there. Coming up will also be the girls' high jump that they're going to get things underway over there. And the reason I'm bringing up the girls' high jump specifically, you remember last year when we were here for the IVCs, one of the best high jumpers that we've seen in a long time now graduated and moved on. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, I mean, whenever those top seeds move on, you get that competition when you're in school because it makes you better. And she pushed these these kids to get better, and now you don't have to worry about her. She's gone, so those titles are up in the air for you to get, and there's quite a few girls that could go get that title in the high jump.
Three-way split, and the top seeds, all of them at 4-8. Quinn Cecil from Indian Valley, J.C. Hess from Ridgewood, and Paige Henley from Cuyahoga Heights. Then the next three right behind them at 4-6, so they're right there on the doorstep from them. It's Emmy McKinney from Indian Valley, Alana Allen from Indian Valley, and from Coshocton, Mia Lavre at 4-6. So, again, that's going to be a very, very tight competition there for that. As for the boys' high jump, top seed from Cuyahoga Heights, Maurice McClarty at 6'5". For Ridgewood, Logan Zimmer at 6'4". Nicholas Armbrust from Cuyahoga Heights, 6'3". Matt Humphrey from Ridgewood at 6. And Colton Kunkel, 5'10", from Coshocton. Those will be your top seeds for the boys. That's also probably going to be very tight throughout today, typically as the high jump is.
Yeah, and with the high jump today, the weather today can make a big deal for those high jumpers. Is they got to get that plant foot just right as they come in towards the bar, and one little slip because of the wet pavement can just be disastrous for their jump.
Next competitor in the girls' shot put, as you see there, from Ridgewood. I believe that was Kira Schrock getting her throw registered, I believe. The other two that are on here actually did not have a distance yet registered for their seed. From Ridgewood, though, Addison Lammers and Peyton Eady. And we apologize because we are so far away and we're going off of a camera screen. If we get anyone's name wrong from who's throwing, but it's not actually them, we apologize. Yeah, we got the team right at least.
Yeah, we'll get the teams right, but and unlike most of the sports we do, these kids don't have jersey numbers and we don't have a roster, so we're kind of trying to go off of memory and going off the sheet that we
You and I's memory is fantastic, though.
Well, my wife tells me all the time that she tells me to do stuff, and I didn't do it, so that tells you how good my memory is. But like I said, we apologize if we get a kid's name wrong. We're just trying to keep you as much as informed as we can.
I believe from Tusky Valley, there are 3 competitors, Allison Ernst, Kyla Wallach, and Madison Fay. Tusky Valley athlete getting the throw out there on the warm-up. She'll get ready to go. I believe, I want to say that's Ernst, but I'm not sure. Actually, I believe that might be Fay. And again, you can correct us later.
Yeah, I mean,
we've got open messages if we got something wrong.
We accept hate mail. It don't bother us.
Hate mail. Now he's going to that extreme. Today's track and field presentation of the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays brought to you by Right Mark Roofing and the Keim Home Center. Check them out. Home renovation needs from Keim. You can check them out in Charm for those, or if you got a commercial roofing need. Trust the folks at Right Mark Roofing for that. Like I told Stump yesterday, with all the rain that's been falling lately, you might want to call Right Mark if you got a commercial building leak or commercial roof on your building. Commercial, yeah, you know what I mean.
You don't even have to have a leak. You can call them for an inspection. They specialize in flat roofing, and you know how that flat roofing can get. You don't go up there and look at it. You need to have somebody else come up there and look at it because you might have a plugged downspout somewhere, and you might have water pulling up on your roof. And if it's starting to pull up, it's eventually going to be a problem. So give Right Mark a call, and they can come down and give you an inspection and help you keep from having a big bill at the end of the day.
Athletes still warming up on your screen there for the high jump. Not sure if we've got any heights or anything that have been registered yet. Not quite a clear there. I think these might actually be ones that are registered as jumps so far to this point. We'll get you an update whenever we can from there. Tip of the cap to Adam, who's down there walking around trying to find all these distances and everything for us. He's going to be a busy man walking around down there.
Adam should have just gave our phone numbers to the guys holding a clipboard and said, hey,
there you go.
Every once in a while, just take a picture of that clipboard and send it to this number.
Oh, I thought you were going to say just text every single time there's something registered. We're going to have a long phone bill by the end of the month if that's what they're doing.
Well, my wife's down there. I could put her to work, and she sits down there where she gets to hear the official numbers yelled out, but she wouldn't have the right name probably, and I would really be giving you some wrong and misinformation.
That's all right. We would appreciate her time anyway. As for the relays that are going to be coming up throughout today, we have a schedule of events that is planned coming for the actual running part of this, as Adam Ciereszewski was able to run those down for us, thankfully, as your obviously the field events getting underway here. As for the rest of it, we'll have the national anthem at 11:30. We will be starting things off with the long distance trot all around the field. The girls' 6,400-meter relay, or the 4x1600, as well as the boys' 4x1600. I do have on pretty good authority they'll be running the boys and girls together, I think.
If I wasn't as old as I was, I would probably consider, me, you, Adam, maybe Aidan here. We could all go down. We could run in that.
Define run.
Well, see, I figured what we would do is we would start with Adam. Adam could go first leg because then if he fouls out, then we're all good. We don't have to run.
As for Aidan, I think he would be the one who'd have to be the one to bring it home, and we might only be able to get us three combined might get the first 1,600 total. He has to do the rest of it, though.
Boy, you're pushing it if you think we could get three of us could get 1,600 in.
I didn't say you had to be upright. You might have to crawl the rest of the way there, but that's all right. So outside of that, whenever the rest of the relays get started, the girls and boys 4x100, girls, boys 4x800. Then we'll have some heats for the girls 30 shuttle hurdles, the 100 meters, and the boys 110-meter hurdles, of course, with that. Girls sprint medley and boys sprint medley to come. Girls distance and boys distance medley. Girls and boys 800-meter relay, the 4x200. And then to round things out will be the 4x400 for both the boys and the girls. So that is the rundown of your events for today. Currently leading the shot put, thanks to Adam Ciereszewski, for the girls, Sydney Fry from Newcomerstown. He believes is leading currently with a distance of 27.5. This is flight one, by the way, of the shot put we should put out there. Sydney Fry coming into this, Shannon, did not have a registered throw yet for the seeding, so good showing for her in the first flight here. At 27.5 would be good for up about the 8th seed coming in here. Not too bad at all.
No, and that's, like I said, not sure if she's thrown yet this year or they just haven't entered one in for her, but to come out at 27 feet to start things off, that's a good start, and she'll look to improve that as she'll get another round of throws.
Getting some more shot put action live on your screen.
See some of the Tusky Valley athletes down there getting loose. Tusky Valley has been strong in the running events the last 4 or 5 years. Maybe,
always a tough out.
Maybe even a little bit longer. I mean, they send a lot of athletes, boys and girls, to the state tournament every year, and some of those runners are back this year. So waiting to see how Tusky Valley fares in the running events here in a little bit.
Well, we'll get to see from the area teams that we are always in our coverage area. You get to see the growth that they're going through, from freshman year to sophomore year to junior. It's amazing how all these athletes change over that, couple year period, especially, with the ones who, you see the hard work paid off, like you alluded to. You see the difference in, it might just be shaving a second off of a time or might just be adding a foot on distance somewhere. All of it, is paying off just from all the hard work that they had in the off season.
Yeah, I mean, and I talked to a couple of those Tusky Valley runners a couple years ago and asked them, how much work do you put in the summertime? And a couple of them told me, like, listen, in the summertime, we try to put in at least 10 miles a week just on hills. I mean, got to keep that strength up and the conditioning up, and that just tells you how much they love it. And you can see a little bit of rain down there, and that's the reason why they had to move the camera from the Discus over to the shot put. The shot put, I think they might have a 10.
They're under an overhang, yeah.
I'm not so much sure if it was for the equipment or for the guys, but they wanted to get out of the rain there. And
a little bit of both, maybe.
So they went over to which it works out. They got to watch some of the boys throw, and now they're going to go watch some of the girls throw. We're not going to be able to bring you every athlete, and we do apologize for that. We're just trying to bring you as much as we can.
Boys high jump on your screen currently right now. Again, we'll get results as we can and give you some updates. Not sure who's jumping right now, but not quite able to clear the bar.
See, Indian Valley Superintendent Ira Wentworth, he's a volunteer on the track coaching staff, and he's down here working with his some of his runners.
Seems like you get that with every sport, especially with track and field, in terms of the tight-knit communities that they all are. These people, there's still going to be plenty of fans in the stands today, even despite the poor weather that we're having. They're going to be out here, and they're going to be showing support without a doubt.
Yeah, that's what me and one of the coaches from one of the schools was talking about down there earlier. We're here, we're bringing it on YouTube, and the kids love it because they get to go back and watch it. But the parents and the grandparents and the aunts and the uncles and the siblings, this rain's not going to stop them from being here.
Not at all.
It's a sea of umbrellas down here to the one side of me. I can't see the other side. But there's a crowd right now out there around all the field event pits. And, it's great for these kids to have this support from their communities. And like you said, if you invest time in a kid, and that kid will invest time in themselves because it makes them feel good.
Really does. We're going to be trying to get some updates from some of these field events ongoing, as big thanks to Adam getting the one so far. He also did want to clarify that he must be listening to you, Shannon, because he said we did have to move on from the disc because of the rain to put the camera under the overhang or the awning that's down there. See, you should just let him know that you're on top of it.
So he knows that sometimes we like to poke fun at him. He's the boss man, and you can't poke fun at him at work because he's in charge. But when he gets out here in our area, we're in charge, and we get to poke fun at him.
That's only because he doesn't have a headset right on. Stay tuned. We've got more coming from the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays. Relay action going to be on the way, and some updates from the field events. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Join us at Keim Home Center in Charm for Customer Appreciation Days, April 7th through 12th. We're celebrating our customers all week long with giveaways, gift card drawings, woodworking demonstrations, and refreshments. Save 10% on appliances, lawn and garden tools, housewares, and so much more. Don't miss our free pancake and sausage breakfast Friday and Saturday morning. Visit KeimHome.com or follow us on Facebook for more details. We'll see you April 7th through 12th for Customer Appreciation Days at Keim Home Center in Charm.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
Big moments are coming. Are you ready? If you need sponsor banners, graduation programs, or yard sale signs, the East Central Ohio Print Center has you covered. Visit ecoprintcenter.org. And if you've got a new driver in the house, East Central Ohio ESC offers flexible driver's education with in-car training and online options. Scholarships are available from signs to steering wheels. The East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is here to help. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net. Are you ready to give your home a new look? Look no further than Wayne Door, your one-stop shop for all your residential needs. Garage doors, entry doors, windows, and patio doors. Wayne Door has everything you need to upgrade your curb appeal. With 24/7 emergency service, you can trust their technicians to be there when you need them most. Stop by the Dover showroom on State Route 39 or visit waynedoor.com and let the experts help transform your house into the home of your dreams. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors, from the people you can trust.
Commercial building owners, how well do you keep your roof maintained? At Rightmark Roofing, we offer our Bullseye Maintenance Program to building owners to help keep your roof healthy. This includes our 21-point inspection that examines all the essential areas of your roof that require year-round maintenance, a detailed report on the health and status of your roof, priority service that moves you to the front of the line, and discounts that reduce the risk of expensive repairs. Give us a call at 330-275-0088 or visit our website at rightmarkroofing.com to learn more.
Back to the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays, and aptly named with the relay part of that title. We are going to be getting started out down on the track, as it will be leading things off the distance in the 4x1600, Shannon.
Yeah, this event's going to take a little while.
So we'll be jumping around with field events, too, while this is going on.
So we'll get you to stop and, or get you to start and try to get you back and forth to get to the, Let me start that all over again. Welcome back to the J.D.
So what this is, girls and boys running together, thankfully so. So the girls will have the inner lanes, boys in the outer lanes for the start here. Lane 1, Ridgewood. Lane 2 is Indian Valley. 3, Tusky Valley. And 4, Lane 4, Caton CC.
That's wrong compared to what's on the track, because Indian Valley's in Lane 1, Ridgewood's in Lane 2.
Maybe they swapped then. As for the boys, 4x1600, it will be Tusky Valley, Indian Valley, Canton CC, and Cuyahoga Heights, who are all running in this one. We'll get you the teams coming up here in just a little bit in terms of who's running where. I've got last names. Unfortunately, I don't have any first names with those, Shannon. So once we get underway here, we'll bring you some of the updates from that. And, of course, track and field, field events ongoing. We'll bring you some updates from the field side. Adam's still down there getting some numbers from the discus and from the shot put. Rain's picked up a little bit more, as we kind of expected to happen. At least it's going to keep them cool for the 4x16. As we'll get underway here from Newcomerstown with that. Not much you can say in the early goings on a 4x1600. And, every single one of these legs, all 4 legs of this, though, to put it in perspective for people who maybe don't know or haven't done this before, I mean, we're talking about a full-on sprint from the start, as I believe we had somebody who folded, maybe.
Well, that's kind of wild that they let them run that far before they fired the gun back off.
About a quarter of the way around the track.
Yeah,
Not sure what that is. Maybe it also could have been a lane assignment issue, Shannon, because you pointed out from what we had printed out in front of us, we had some lane swap. Not that it would matter down the stretch, but
yeah, I mean, we got the lane assignments from the official keeping track up here in the tower, and like I said, I noticed one of the lane assignments were off, and even all the athletes were shocked that they were that far around before the buzzer sounded back off.
Well,
so
they had to hit it a couple times, and everybody turned around and went like, what are we doing here? So we'll try to get that start again.
Yeah, so the athletes that just started, they went from running a 1,600 leg to an 1,800 leg because they...
Yeah, but it's your warm-up. Now you got the blood pumping in the legs, right? Ideally, they would have already had that happening.
Well, all the runners went back to the lanes they were in, and I see the officials are all talking to each other.
Now, it might be exactly what we said then with lane assignments. As for each team in this 4x1600, we'll be telling you, again, we've got last names, don't have first names for these.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out afterwards what it was about.
What it was exactly.
I wonder if it was an equipment malfunction is why they're back, because like I said there.
Oh, the clock might not have ever started.
Yeah, it might have been something along the lines of that way.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
weather and rain, you never know. Stuff happens.
Usually with the start of this race, nobody's going to jump the start because
they know they got plenty of time to make up.
They're not coming out of the blocks.
As we'll get underway again for the 4x1600.
Yeah, he's looking at his hand, so apparently the timer maybe it was a timing issue.
Watch might never have gotten off to the proper start. So running in this, as we mentioned, the teams for the girls, it's Ridgewood, Indian Valley, Tusky Valley, and Canton CC. For the boys, Tusky Valley, Indian Valley, Canton CC, and Cuyahoga Heights. Looks like in the front is Canton CC as of right now. Cuyahoga Heights in tow, Indian Valley behind that, then Tusky Valley. We'll get you when they come down the front stretch here as to what the running order is. But this is one of those events that, Shannon, is long enough. The early parts of this competition, it could change quite a bit as we roll on. Tusky Valley girls off to a great start there out front with Leisure at the front. Indian Valley in tow. Canton CC behind them with Ridgewood coming down this front stretch now.
Yeah, so each of these athletes will have to run 4 laps, and then they'll hand it off to their teammate who will have to run 4 laps, and then they'll hand it off to their teammate to run 4 laps.
There's a reason this takes a little while, is what we're going at. Thankful for the folks here at Newcomerstown putting this on and for everybody getting on the same page, too. Running these two simultaneously helps out quite a bit.
Yeah, it's an event where, the boys will have the advantage at the beginning because of, their stride and their technique. But this is one of these ones to where the girls, if they can stay in sight of the boys, that kind of gives them an adrenaline thinking, you know what, I'm going to go up there and pass one of them boys. And it could very easily be done by the Tusky Valley girls, because I'm telling you, if you haven't watched the Tusky Valley program.
It's impressive.
In track and cross country, you're missing out, man, because the last 5 to 8 years, maybe even a little bit longer, their program has really been at the top in the state as far as running events.
Still in the same order for the boys coming down the front stretch, and for the girls as well. Tusky Valley with a good lead in the first 2 laps. Of course, on the field also ongoing, field events, shot put, discus. I have not seen much going on. The long jump is going on. They're standing down there waiting to continue. I believe it's the boys' turn right now in the long jump pit. High jump as well.
I want to think with the long jump, it's kind of an open pit.
I believe just come in whenever you're available, log your distance.
Yeah, there's a girl that looks to be jumping right now over there, I believe.
Good-looking jump.
Yeah, and what's nice about the Newcomerstown long jump pit over there, it's kind of raised up.
Mm-hmm.
So
doesn't draw as much water or anything.
Yeah, they got a nice little runoff over there. So actually, if you're sitting in the bleachers over here up towards the top, you can actually see the jumpers over there. So, you can pretty much see everything from the bleachers here at Newcomerstown, except for the shot put. You can barely just see the athletes going in, and that's mainly because of the crowd around them.
Third lap through for the boys in the 4x1600. Still Canton CC out front. Cuyahoga Heights and Indian Valley near even through the third lap. Tusky Valley behind there. Tusky Valley for the girls still out in the lead. Fantastic initial start here for the Lady Trojans.
Yeah, I mean, her stride has been the same since she started. She has not changed. And like I said, she's really starting to gain there on a couple of the boys.
So this will be this time through for the boys and for the girls for that matter, will be the first leg of the 4 that they'll run. You still believe that all 4 of us, Shannon, could run this? Because I'm highly doubting. Aidan over here from Claxon Communications is shaking his head no. He says maybe. He's still young enough.
I got tired on that false start. I gave up. When he blowed the second whistle, I pulled myself out.
That's when the hammy went, right?
Yeah. No, it was when we started talking about barbecue sauce and beef sticks, I was done.
Final push here. As it is Cuyahoga Heights who is at the front for the boys. Indian Valley closes the gap right at the end of the first leg. Great job there. Great finish.
Yeah. The boys going to be a competitive race through the first couple runners.
For the girls, rounding out their first leg upcoming here will be Tusky Valley. And like you said, I believe it's Leisure who is the lead for them. Her stride did not change through any of those first 4 laps.
No, and the Canton Central Catholic kid fired out on the second handoff, and he was down a good ways. And
closing the gap.
He's closing the gap, but you just wonder if he burnt too much energy too early to try to catch back up to those guys.
We certainly will see is actually coming out of turn 4 into turn 4. He's actually regained the lead for Canton CC. Very fast start for Canton CC in this first lap. Cuyahoga Heights, Indian Valley about even through the first part of the second leg here.
Couple updates from out in the field from Adam during the first flight of the discus for the boys. Axel Estrada from Canton Central Catholic has the longest throw of 124 feet. And for the first flight of the girls in the shot put, top thrower is Katie Philman from Indian Valley with 29 feet and 3 inches in the shot put. So that's from the first flight, and there'll be each of them will have a second flight of athletes that we'll throw here in a little bit.
Immediately following I shouldn't say immediately, pretty close proximity, but after the 4x1600 is over, it'll be a little bit quicker because we'll move into the 4x100 meter relays. Slight difference, really.
That's probably where we would excel at that, because from all those times we got to make a run to the concession stand. I mean, we got that sprinting down.
Shannon, it would take all 4 of us just to run 100 meters. We'd have to each do about 25, I think.
Well, it's only 25 meters from here to the concession stand, so I'm trained perfect.
It's probably pretty close. Still Canton CC out in front for the boys. Tusky Valley for the girls still with a commanding lead.
Just remember, anytime you get a chance to go out to a sporting event, support the concession stands, the booster clubs. That's how they raise money to put uniforms on these athletes. I know Indian Valley track team has brand new uniforms this year, and it's all made, by your athletic booster clubs. They do a lot for your kids, and the concession stands and all the sporting events is their biggest fundraisers of the year.
Yeah, and they need that support without a doubt. And not only that, I mean, they do so much for the athletes, but also if you enjoy coming to these events, they're part of the reason that you can even do that in the first place.
Listen, and we can talk about concession stands all the time because we support them all. And
we sample every one of them.
Every
right?
school has something at that school that we like to buy. I mean, Adam Ciereszewski, every time we go to Tusky Valley, we don't see him because he's too busy eating cheesy potatoes all night long.
Well, he's interested in how much it would take to buy the whole crock pot of them.
Yeah, he like just wants to take a Tupperware bowl with him and bring him home. I go down to Indian Valley. It's that
Here's just the Coney dog.
It's that all beef Coney dog. Steve Carlisle down there. Those guys got those Coney dogs on point.
Canton CC still out in front for the boys here in the second leg. Of course, we'll bring you some more field updates as they come in. Adam Ciereszewski. Kira Schrock now leading the shot put for the girls from Ridgewood, a 29-4. We just saw Kira behind the plate for the Ridgewood softball team, now coming out here and taking the lead in the shot.
Yeah, and that's some of these small schools. That's what you see a lot of them in the springtime doing softball, baseball, and doing track with it. And I've actually seen in years past, we'll see a kid will be at a regional softball game and have to leave the softball game as soon as it's over to get back down to to a regional track meet or somewhere. Like they just excel with multiple sports, and anytime a kid can be a 3-sport athlete, it makes them better. But in the springtime, they're a 2-sport athlete.
Well, Kira was behind the dish for the general softball team and now doing shot put. You think those two things might coordinate a little bit together?
Maybe just strength.
That's what I was going with.
Well, see if maybe she can throw a shot put like she does a softball.
Whew. I don't think so, but hey, I'd be impressed. Thanks to the Keim Home Center and Right Mark Roofing, making coverage of the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays possible live here on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Get subscribed today. Get those notifications on so you know when we go live. First of a couple track and field events we're going to have this year. We've expanded.
Yeah, and we expanded all because of, our sponsors and the fans. They asked for more, and Adam was able to put some more events on for us. We'll be at I believe the Dave Bell Classic at Indian Valley is the next meet.
Tusky Valley boys really closing the gap there, now all the way in second place off the second leg of this 4x16.
Yeah, they did a nice job right there. Like I said, I've been bragging up the Tusky Valley running program, and they're showing right now.
First call coming in for the girls 4x100. Of course, as we said, that will be right after we wrap up the boys 4x1600. That last push that they're able to have these distance runners when they're coming down for their last 200 meters or so. Shannon, I don't know how they coach them up to keep that reserve in the tank, but it's always impressive.
Yeah, and that's another thing with this relay. We don't know how the coaches have have the runners set up. Some of them might use their best runner first, or the other one might use their best runner last, or maybe your best runner is second and last. It comes a game of chess with these runners, and right now Canton Central Catholic he's really pulling away.
Yeah, definitely has widened the gap quite a bit. Tusky Valley boys slotted in second. Indian Valley quickly in tow. Cuyahoga Heights behind them. For the girls, it has been all Tusky Valley from the start. Currently slotted in second, though. Canton CC not too far behind Shannon, about the front stretch away from them.
Yeah, and right now you keep them in sight. If you can keep them in sight, you'll have a chance.
Actually, I take that back. I believe it might be Indian Valley girls.
Yeah, Indian Valley
second.
Yeah, Indian Valley girl's getting ready to walk out, so she's the one that's in second. But
my mistake. Some Trojan domination so far for the girls. I believe our camera's now moving on to the long jump for the field events coming up here in just a little bit. Claxon Communications crew working hard, trying to keep you updated with everything going on all around. A lot of things going on simultaneously. We'll try to bring you as much as we can and as many updates as we can.
Yeah, like we said, due to some technical difficulty with the internet and stuff, unable to give you live timing updates and stuff. So they're gonna print them off and bring them to us, and we'll recap.
Bring them to them in post, so to speak.
We'll recap them throughout the day.
Girls getting ready to start, actually in their third leg now. Same for the boys. Canton CC has a massive lead right now for the boys, but Tusky, I say massive, Shannon, but look, Tusky Valley's now got it down to about a half of a front stretch.
Yeah, that's just where it just depends on how hard you come out early. You know, the kid that can get the, how you want to say that? If he keeps the same stride, he can go longer. He's not going to
consistency.
Fire out. Yeah, consistency. You know, if you fire out too hard to try to gap him, it might come back to hurt you in the last couple laps.
We're going to premise this to Adam. Maybe we could do that as like a charity thing. You think we could raise some money if it had to be some Big Z Sports members running the 4x16?
It's gonna be a lot of money.
Well, and it's going to be a couple hours before we finish.
First thing we better do is go get us a trainer, spend a year training.
We're going to need more than one trainer.
Well, I got to run 1 mile. I'm going to need a year to get ready.
Boys and girls, 4x1600, ongoing. Live here from Newcomerstown. Fantastic venue that they provide every year for a couple different meets and events. It's got the right setup, under the bleachers here in the back. All the teams can stage up because it's all open underneath, and they've got the wide track that can handle all the different runners out there. We always have a lot of fun coming down here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the sport we come down here. Anytime that Big Z Sports comes in, the athletic department down here, they open the doors. They give us access to anything we want. They keep coming over and checking on us, asking us if we need anything. So it's always great to work with the staff of Newcomerstown.
Canton CC still out in front for the boys. For the girls, meanwhile, now we're down to about a quarter of the front stretch. That gap has been closed. Tusky Valley right in tow.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one right here. Handing off to their last runners.
Somebody's got the drums or something in the stands. Final push here. 4x1600 for the boys and girls. Tusky Valley still with the lead for the girls as well.
Looks like Max Kenzie down there for Indian Valley. He'll be running the last leg for the Braves, and he's a good runner, but he's got a lot of ground to. He's
got about 3/4 of the track if he would try to make up to the front too. Is he the one that you always say comes around with a smile on his face?
He's always smiling. He'll be smiling when he goes by on lap 1, and he'll be smiling when he goes by on lap 4.
Tusky Valley girls, since the start of this race, have not relinquished their lead.
Like I said, Tusky Valley, they got that gap right there for the boys. Is right there behind Canton Central Catholic. Nice steady pace, and probably going to try to keep him in tow and make a push on the last lap.
Obviously, you need the physical attributes to be able to run for distance, but so much of this is a mental side too. Keeping that pace, keeping that stride going. How much of the time do you think for these coaching staffs is spent on that? Just that mental aspect.
I know one of the distance runners. You went to school at Indian Valley, and he's been around a long time. Is Coach Jim Crocker, and he's the coach on the cross country team and on the track team, and he works with these kids in the summertime. And his brother Doug helps him, and they do a phenomenal job just keeping the mindset right, and building those kids up and having fun with them, and and that's what it takes. Like you got to make sure a kid's head is right when it comes to a sport like this, to where they can continue to think as they're pushing their body to its limits.
Canton Central Catholic still out in front. Actually, maybe widen that gap a little bit on Tusky Valley now here in this final leg.
He's pushing it open a little bit now. He's probably maybe just about 50 meters ahead.
Still a tight battle there. Kinsey of Indian Valley has closed the gap a bit, but Braves still in a distant third. Tusky Valley girls still a commanding lead. Believe Indian Valley girls still in second. Once this gets after a couple different laps, Shannon, it starts getting a little bit hard as to who's where.
Yeah, they're all spread out right now. You're not really sure who's where. It looks like Tusky Valley just handed off to their last girl. So Indian Valley girl's standing on the track, so they're definitely in second, and she's getting ready to walk out.
Thanks to the Claxon Communications crew, and thank you to all of you who are tuning in, enjoying some high school track and field. So far, weather-wise, it was raining there for a little bit, but it's kind of calmed down. Not a bad afternoon at all. Canton Central Catholic still out in front.
You got to like the parents and the fans. They they're trying to cheer on their athlete, and they're trying to encourage them by saying, "Hey, the guy you're chasing's getting tired. It's time to go get him."
I have to imagine sometimes the athletes out there on the track are thinking, "Well, I'm getting tired too." There,
and you talk to some of the track athletes in the past, and they'll tell you, what's one thing that you don't like? I don't like when I'm coming by and I can hear my parents yell my name. I just want to turn around and tell them to shut up. And I know some of the wrestling kids have told me the same thing. You're out there on the mat, and there's a whole gym of people, and you can just hear your mom's voice. Like, they do it out of love.
Oh, they do. Boys and girls 4x1600 going to be wrapping up here before too long. We'll bring you the finish. We'll get you the official times in a little while. We'll take a timeout after this one. When we return, it will be the 4x100 upcoming for the boys and girls. Still got to get to the finish here. And it appears for the boys it will be Canton Central Catholic. Takes home the win. Team of Quintero, Eberhard, Miller, and Reese. Tusky Valley boys coming home in second between Ripple, Roth, Whitlatch, and Uvena. Pardon me. For the girls, Tusky Valley girls definitely look like they still got one lap to go here, but it's more than a lap lead at this point, Shannon, for them.
Yeah, it's like I said, you're probably tired of hearing me saying it if you're sitting at home, but the Tusky Valley running program is just phenomenal.
Indian Valley girls still slotted in second. Looks like it is Canton Central Catholic, or Catholic Central, pardon me. I always get that wrong. Who's in third?
I probably already said it wrong 3 times today.
We'll probably still end up somehow flipping it back and forth. Adam Ciereszewski's down there getting some of the long jump going on. Said he's trying to get some distances and stuff, but he's not sure if he's going to be able to do that, so we'll just show you some of that if we can throughout the morning. I'm getting a head shake, so I think we will. Girls wrapping up their 4x1600.
Join us at Kind Home Center in Charm for Customer Appreciation Days, April 7th.
Tusky Valley, Indian Valley, Canton CC, and Ridgewood will be your running order there.
And you might hear a child in the background crying, and no, that's not Nick because he had to run the 1600.
What are you talking about? I'd still be laying on the track right now. What time do you think you could even post on a mile right now? Is it measured in minutes or hours?
Running would be measured. It'd be tough. I'm about a 20-minute mile walk.
And somehow a 24-minute mile run?
Yeah. Well, I always say, the last time that I ran a marathon, it was to the marathon station to get gas.
Get subscribed to our YouTube channel. Get those notifications on so you know when we go live. Check us out on all of our social media platforms. We'll be posting some of the winners for various different events. Probably not going to be able to get all of them, but we'll get as many as we possibly can posted on our Facebook page, maybe even Instagram as well.
See some of the kids starting to get loose. Owen Faulkner there for Indian Valley. There's Grady Kinsey, and I'm not sure who. Oh, it might have been Carson Hostetler. Those guys are all part of the 4x100 team, so they're getting loose.
Leave Tusky Valley for the girls entering their last leg here. The 4x1600. High jump for the boys now underway. Or continuing, I should say. Lady Trojans, I think this time around, will be wrapping it up. Dominant win. Have to compare their time. We'll see compared to their seeding. All of this always in preparation for that push towards the postseason, and all these teams just getting some early baselines and such. I'm sure everybody just looking for one step further, right? One little step in the right direction is all you're looking for.
Yeah, for coaches, this is a big day for them. Is they get their kids out for an extra event and some extra conditioning in to get ready for some of the bigger events coming up for the middle of the season before they head into postseason action.
Long jump, they're getting the pit ready to go over there for some more competition. Boys pole vault going to be getting underway officially here. We'll try to get you some heights for there as various different athletes warming up there. Final push for the Lady Braves as Indian Valley will come home in second. The girls 4x1600. As we'll be rounding this one out, we'll go ahead and take a brief break. We will return. More relays on the way. The girls 4x100 will be up first. Here from the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays, Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Join us at Keim Home Center in Charm for Customer Appreciation Days, April 7th through 12th. We're celebrating our customers all week long with giveaways, gift card drawings, woodworking demonstrations, and refreshments. Save 10% on appliances, lawn and garden tools, housewares, and so much more. Don't miss our free pancake and sausage breakfast Friday and Saturday morning. Visit keimhome.com or follow us on Facebook for more details. We'll see you April 7th through 12th for Customer Appreciation Days at Keim Home Center in Charm.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. Or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
Welcome back to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Coming up, we are going to have the girls 4x100 meter relay. Got our national anthem in, and the relays from here on out. It's going to be pretty consistent action going on here from Lee Stadium. Thanks again to the Newcomerstown Athletic Department and everyone with the Newcomerstown staff they always put on a great event here.
Yeah, they just always do an outstanding job with the J.D. Milburn relays, and then the big one at the end of the year we'll be back for. They do a phenomenal job with down here is the IVC track and field meet. You know, I typically think that one's on a Friday night that
I think so.
We're back down here, and they do an outstanding job with that. There's just so many schools and the athletic department, the athletic directors will tell you that they can't make this happen without volunteers, and they have a lot of volunteers here today. They'll have a lot of volunteers throughout the season, help them with their track meets, and they do an outstanding job.
The IVCs, it makes for a long day, but boy, is it a lot of fun. Girls getting lined up now at their various spots here on the field. Get you the official times from the boys and girls 4x1600 in a bit. We'll get you some more distances. You see on your screen they're clearing out the long jump pit. And the aliens are contacting us, maybe? I don't know what that was.
Public address announcer wanted to make sure everybody was awake.
Up next, another long jump for Indian Valley. Not sure which athlete it is.
For the girls 4x100 meter relay in lane 1, Indian Valley, lane 2, Newcomerstown, lane 3, Cuyahoga Heights, lane 4, Tusky Valley, lane 5, Coshocton, lane 6, Ridgewood, lane 7.
It's whenever these relay events
Wasn't sure if anyone could hear the loudspeaker over our mics.
When these relay events start, you see all the different track coaches take different positions around the track, and they all got their stopwatches out, and they all got their clipboards ready to go.
So Indian Valley lane 1, Newcomerstown lane 2, Cuyahoga Heights lane 3, Tusky Valley lane 4, Coshocton in 5, Ridgewood lane 6, and Canton CC in lane 7. Four by 100 coming up here. Going to get our start momentarily. Long jump still ongoing. See if we can get any distances there as they continue on.
Boys pole vault still warming up down there.
Exchange zone 1, are we ready?
Like you said, with the volunteer side of this, Shannon, you see the folks over there with the rakes keeping the long jump pit even and smooth. It really does take a whole bunch of people to make this stuff happen.
Listen, I bet the guys that are doing the long jump pit today, they're going to have some tired arms tonight raking that wet sand all day long.
Getting their money's worth. Their volunteer money's worth.
They're getting every bit of that free hot dog today.
Thanks to the Claxon Communications crew, doing a great job as always.
Yeah, full crew here today for Casey Claxon and his group, and not sure if I know he said he had a full slate of games later today, but not sure how many of them they'll get in today.
Yeah, I haven't seen the later forecast right now. Not too bad here from Newcomerstown at least, but we don't know what the weather's going to look like as the day rolls on. Adam Ciereszewski's on the move on the backstretch. As we will officially get underway. Girls 4x100 meter relay. Again, we won't really know necessarily who's in the lead too much until they make that final turn out of turn 4. Right now it looks like Ridgewood has taken a pretty commanding lead. Third leg getting started in turn 3. Athletes on their way to turn 4. Final leg upcoming. As we come down the front stretch. Indian Valley on the inside lane. It's Ridgewood out in front. Tusky Valley looking for second. Close finish at the line, but it looks like the Ridgewood team of Bice, Wentz, and McQueen are going to be your winners in the 4x100 for the girls.
Yeah, they who was it, McQueen that ran the last leg? McQueen really she really stepped it up right there on that last leg right there, and I was able to just get a little bit of distance.
Get you the official times as they become available here. Up next for the boys, 4x100. Lane 1, Tuskegee Valley. Lane 2 is Cuyahoga Heights. 3, Coshocton. Lane 4, Ridgewood. 5 is Newcomerstown. Lane 6, Indian Valley. And Lane 7, Canton CC.
First call, girls 4x800 meter relay.
The Indian Valley team, I know of Kinsey, Hostetler, and Faulkner. They're all three back on that team that was on the record-setting team last year. Smith is the new guy on that team, so he's probably the one feeling the pressure out of all three of them because he's the only one being the new guy.
Well, we know how tough that Tuskegee Valley team is, too. That's going to be in Lane 1 and McNichols, Merrick, Miller, and Waltz. Ridgewood, too. A couple of names that you notice from the football team on there. Ford, Carnes, Humphrey, and Israel. Athletes getting warmed up. Coming up after the 4x100. Back to the distance, 4x800 relay for the girls will be upcoming. Of course, if you were trying to look on mile split for the updates as this one goes on, little technical difficulties here, so those will not be posted until later due to some connectivity issues. You gotta love Ohio weather, right?
Yeah, she Mother Nature, she likes to play with the track and field community during the spring season. I know Michelle Carlisle, whenever my kids were in middle school, she had kids in high school, and she once told me, like, if you're going to go to a track and field event in Ohio in the spring, you need to keep in the back of your car, you need to keep blankets, you need to keep sunscreen, you need to keep, your rain gear, you need to keep your sunglasses. Like, track and field, you see every element. You don't know if it's going to snow, you don't know if it's going to rain, or if you're going to get sunshine. So just make sure you pack your car for the spring events, and you'll be good.
Always got to be prepared for all 4 seasons, right? Of course, none of this possible without the Keim Home Center and Right Mark Roofing. I think you mentioned spring's here. Might have that honey-to-do list. Want to update something in your house? Head up to Charm. Check out the Keim Home Center. They can help you out.
They can. If your wife's got some painting that she wants done in the house.
Underway in the 4x100 for the boys.
Grady Kinsey fired out of the blocks for the Braves.
Dom Singer from Newcomerstown right behind him.
Looks like that might be Hostetler for Indian Valley.
Trenton Wright for Newcomerstown running the second leg in here. Very close on the handoff there. Trojans might just have the edge coming out into turn 4, though, for the last leg.
Yeah, Indian Valley had to stop, slow down, and wait for the handoff, see if that hurts them.
Down the front stretch, way out in front, it is the Braves. Newcomerstown in second. Clayton Fish running the last leg, and here comes from behind Cuyahoga Heights, inside lane, Tuskegee Valley. It will be Indian Valley who picks up the win. Second place looks like it goes to the Trojans. Owen Faulkner rounding it out for Indian Valley. For Tuskegee Valley, it was Waltz. Actually, I think it was McNichols on the inner lane for Tuskegee Valley. Yeah, who ran that last leg.
Faulkner's a very strong finisher for the Braves. If you can get a clean handoff to Faulkner, he's going to make some distance for you.
I believe it was Cuyahoga Heights who slotted in third. We'll get official times coming up here in a bit. Great showing for Indian Valley and for Tuskegee Valley that time through.
Here comes the rain now. It's starting to come down pretty good.
The rain has found its way here. Thought the song went "Bless the Rains" down in Africa, but it's here today.
Yeah, I see a lot of umbrellas went down there for a while, and they're all coming up in pretty fast right now.
The Claxon crew who's running the production and stuff in the press box, I'm sure, very happy right now. getting some nods of approval and thumbs up.
That's when you pull that seniority card.
Uh-huh. Girls 4x800 will be upcoming. You see the pole vault kind of at a standstill right now due to the rain. Hurdles will be upcoming. Hurdle relays, always a fun thing to see if you've never seen it before.
Yeah, I the first time I come down here and got to watch the hurdle relays, it's been a while. It's been a while ago, and it's every year you come back, it's just so fun to watch. And with the boys in the hurdle relays, I believe the hurdles are actually lower than what they are when they normally run. So the guys that are really good at the hurdles, I mean, they just fly through them.
If you've not done so, get subscribed today to our YouTube channel. Get those notifications on. Go ahead and let the fine folks watch. And now, what we're hopefully going to be able to get to do with track and field all season long. Later on this year, we'll be bringing you, again, after last year and a great success, the Dave Bell Invite at Indian Valley. We'll be back at the end of April for that. Later on, something you said you were very excited about in May, Thrilla and Zor Villa will be heading to Tusky Valley to bring that to you. Always a fantastic event.
Yeah, and what's cool about that is they do it on a Friday night under the lights, and it's just a cool name. It's been one of the big meets in this area for a long time. The coaches just love to go up there.
If you know a track athlete, odds are they've got a shirt if they've participated in that. You always see those everywhere. Also later this year, IVC Championships. We'll be right back here in Newcomerstown about mid-May to bring that to you. Just a part of our expansion of our track and field slate. We only did 2 invites or 2 events last year with this. We've doubled it up.
Yeah, and like I said, we only got involved in track, and that was because of the Indian Valley Booster Club. You know, they reached out and said, "Hey, we're gonna hold the Dave Bell Invitational, and in honor of longtime track coach Dave Bell, who's still Buzz still volunteers with the pole vaulters here at Indian Valley, and they wanted us to come down there to be a part of that, and it went so good that we thought that we did the IVCs at the end of the year, and then the fans wanted more, so you get to hear me and Nick 4 times this year. Just at track, you get to hear us plenty of time and everything else.
You're going to get tired of us as the year goes on.
With track, we just get to ramble for a couple hours.
Pole vault still ongoing. Looks like Cuyahoga Heights now up for the boys. Did not have the complete entry. Some substitutions and such came in for those, so we'll try to get you final results for sure out of that, but you can see it on your screen now as first attempt's going to be upcoming.
Yeah, and with this pole vault, it really just got a little harder for these guys as now, the bar or their poles getting wet and they got to try to keep their hands dry and stuff.
Okay, I have an interesting question for you because I actually don't know the answer to this. Your pole on the follow-through, if it hits the bar, does that count as well?
It's still a foul.
That's what I thought.
Anything that knocks that bar down, it's a foul.
That's what I thought. Girls 4x800 is underway. Lane 2, Tusky Valley. Lane 3, Newcomerstown. Lane 4, Indian Valley. Lane 5, Ridgewood. And Lane 6, Canton CC. Now in the 4x800. Yeah, just look at it this way. Half the distance of our 4x1600 at the start. A little bit more pacing involved with this, not your dead-out sprint. Strong lead. Starting things off by Coble for Ridgewood. Actually, take that back. That is Eck of Tusky Valley. Hard to tell from here sometimes, the uniforms. Adam Ciereszewski down there working hard, trying to get some results for us.
We have the results of the boys 4x1600 meter relay. In 4th place, Cuyahoga Heights. 3rd place, Indian Valley.
Eck out to a big lead in the 4x800. If I'm not mistaken, Shannon, I think she ran a leg in the 4x1600 too.
Oh, I'm pretty sure if you're a Tusky Valley runner, you probably did.
I'll tell you here momentarily. I'll take a look. Sure enough, well, actually, 3 of the 4 on this 4x800 squad also ran in the 4x1600. Sprinters are one thing. The distance runners, you got to have that mental toughness for sure, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and that's what they're so good at their distance running that this is just a walk in the park for them now. You know, they just finished that.
This
long
is their
run.
cool down.
Yeah, they got to do a warm up lap after their event, so this will be their warm up lap.
Right now, Tusky Valley commanding lead for them. Canton CC in second. Indian Valley closing that gap though on the back stretch. Followed up by Ridgewood and Newcomerstown. Boys 4x1600 results. We'll have for you the official times coming up in just a little bit. See the athletes coming out of turn 4. First handoff for Tusky Valley as they'll start the second leg.
Yeah, and there really wasn't no urgency there on that handoff of Tusky Valley. They knew that they had a little bit of a lead right there.
Shannon's got the girls 4x1600 official times.
Yeah, the official times for the 4x1600. Indian Valley with a winning time of 24 minutes and 41 seconds. Trista Lizer, Natalie Reniker, Hayden Huffman, and Josie Eck was on the winning team. Indian Valley was second with a time of 25 minutes and 35 seconds. Ridgewood was third with a time of 28 minutes and 44 seconds. And Canton Catholic Central was fourth with a time of 28 minutes and 57 seconds.
As for the boys 4x1600 official results, it was Canton Catholic Central. Picked up the win with a time of 20 minutes, 34.67 seconds. That team of Carlos Quintero, Grant Eberhardt, Easton Miller, and Ben Reese. Tusky Valley was second with a 48.57. That team of Micah Ripple, Logan Roth, Kaylee Whitlatch, and Sam Uvena. We apologize if we butcher any names. Third place, Indian Valley with a 21.97. Team of Nolan Pataka, Aidan Colliner, Xavier Holland, and Max Kinsey. And Cuyahoga Heights comes home in fourth. Time of 24:07.44 of Joe Shea, Logan Apathy, George Michaels, and Aidan Archizek.
We also got the girls' pole vault results. As first place from Tusky Valley was Katie Armstrong with a vault of 10 feet. Laney McDaniel from Indian Valley also at 10 feet. She comes in second. Molly Sievers from Newcomerstown was third. Jillian Rose, Indian Valley, was fourth. Haley Napier of Indian Valley was fifth. Sarah Whitlock of Tusky Valley sixth. Kaylee Reeps, Tusky Valley seventh. And Lorelei Winslow, Cuyahoga Heights was eighth.
Got the results of the girls 4x100 as well. It went official times. Ridgewood with a big win, 51.17. Kenzie Bice, Kylie Bice, Lauren Wentz, and Jalen McQueen. Tusky Valley in second with a 51.40. Tori Stallman, Peyton Brothers, Leah Borkwin, and Savannah Ashton. Third place, Newcomerstown with a time of 52.09. Close finish there between... I had those backwards. I'm sorry. Tusky Valley with a 51.4. Newcomerstown with a 52.07. For Newcomerstown, it was Cameron Cooter, Evelyn Hoover, Samantha Cooter, and Soli Garland. Indian Valley in fourth with a 52.09. Gianna Miles, Haley Klassner, Brooklyn Myers, and Alana Allen. Those are your top four placers there. Final leg upcoming, I think, of the 4x800.
Yeah, Tusky Valley girls have already out on their final lap. Indian Valley just got their final lap going.
Shannon's also got the boys 4x100 results.
So Indian Valley team of Grady Kinsey, Carson Hostetler, Colton Smith, and O. Faulkner win the 4x100 meter relay with a time of 43:08. Tusky Valley was second with 44:69. Cuyahoga Heights was third with a time of 44:87. Newcomerstown fourth with a time of 45:32. Ridgewood was fifth with a time of 45:37. Coshocton was sixth, 47:67. And Canton Catholic Central rounded out in seventh with a time of 50:64.
Thanks to Athletic Director Chad Elliott bringing us all these results as they come in. 4x800 wrapping up for the girls. Tusky Valley. Great performance out of them. As Shannon has been saying, though, this Trojans track and field team, man, always impressive year in and year out.
They just flow so good around it. They flow like that river back there.
Well, that river's flying right now.
I was going to say, look at that river. I mean, it's all in just 2 days' work. Look at that river.
Yeah. Rewind about 6 months. Remember how low it was.
Yeah. And
now we're almost up to the top.
And I'm going to do my public service announcement. Do not drive into flooded roadways.
Please don't.
And please stay away from high-moving water along the banks right now. The water is going to continue to rise in the next couple of days, and it's going to be moving pretty quick.
Up in the press box, by the way, Coach John Slusser's up here. Surprised, braving the rain a little bit is Coach Slusser.
Yeah, it's not like me. I was afraid I would melt, but so far I'm okay.
Coach hasn't melted yet, as he's just letting us know.
No, holding up. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Coach. 4x800, Tusky Valley picking up the win. I believe second place coming through. Looked like Indian Valley towards the front. Other teams looking to finish out. Newcomerstown, Ridgewood, and Canton CC. We'll get you those results as they come in.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I got a coach.
Coach getting back to work.
Coach coming off his girls' basketball season down there at Ridgewood, and now he's in the track season.
You got some shot put results now, Shannon.
Girls' shot put is the winner, which I kind of figured this was who it would be, is Macy Anderson from Indian Valley with a throw of 34 feet, 6.5 inches. Gabrielle Wensley from Coshocton was second. Kira Schrock from Ridgewood was third. Katie Philman from Indian Valley was fourth. Magdalene Collins from Newcomerstown fifth. Sydney Fry from Newcomerstown was sixth. Addison Lammers seventh from Ridgewood. And rounding out the top 8, Allison Ernest from Tusky Valley.
Sydney Fry in that sixth for Newcomerstown, like we said when she came in, did not have a registered throw yet for the seeding. Good showing for her, getting that sixth place finish.
Yeah, just there's a lot of good throws right there. But the girls' team scores right now. Indian Valley leads with a score of 33 points. Tusky Valley is second with a score of 28 points. Ridgewood in third. Newcomerstown fourth. Canton Catholic Central fifth. Cuyahoga Heights sixth, and Coshocton in seventh. Boys team scores, Indian Valley and Tusky Valley are tied in first place at 16 points. Canton Catholic Central third, Cuyahoga Heights fourth, Newcomerstown fifth, Ridgewood sixth, and Coshocton in seventh.
Looks like rounding out this 4x800. Tusky Valley, Indian Valley, Ridgewood, Canton Central Catholic, Newcomerstown. Going to be wrapping this thing up here shortly. Up next, boys' turn for the 4x800. Dare I say, Shannon, maybe even the sun's trying to come out right now.
Yeah, I know a lot of the athletes would appreciate that right now. But looks, the rain has died again. All the umbrellas have went back down, so that's good.
Going to be playing hit or miss, dodge a drop from here on out.
One thing we sitting here was just talking a couple minutes ago with Coach Slusser from Ridgewood, the football coach, girls basketball coach, and he helps on the track team. One thing about Coach Slusser that I admire the most is when he comes to a track event like this or any other event, not only does he coach his own kids, he talks to multiple other athletes throughout the place, and he's always coaching the kids up and stuff. So Coach Slusser is one of the good guys out there.
That's why we've always said, this area is so blessed with so many great coaches and great mentors to, again, not just their own team, but to all of them. They just want to see all athletes succeed. And I think that's part of the reason we talk about how strong the IVC is always year in and year out.
Yeah, and as we look right here, it looks Tusky Valley's going to cross the finish line in first. So Tusky Valley's going to win the girls 4x800 relay.
Another great showing for the Trojans. Can also catch at the finish line there some ongoing pole vaulting for the boys. We'll get you results for those when they come in. This is the second straight year we've been here, by the way, that Adam has forgotten an umbrella, so he's probably soaked down there.
Well, he texted me yesterday. He says, "Is there anything I could bring for the broadcast?" And I probably should have told him, bring your rain gear.
I think that is his rain gear. Pair of cargo shorts and a polo.
We could get him a tent on wheels, and he could just walk back and forth.
Well, you know those pods like we actually saw for Strasburg with Mama Spidell with the clear tent thing. We get one of those that's mobile for him, straps onto his waist or something.
He's got one.
Oh, the bubble?
Yeah, the bubble. Indian Valley here coming in to finish second.
Good showing for both those teams.
Well, you get him one. He can take his wife's bubble that she uses for softball, and you can get him one of those coolers that's got a little motor on it that he could have his water and stuff in a cooler, and he could just ride around with that bubble.
My wife has always laughed at those, but truthfully, I kind of want one. What would I use it for? I have no idea.
You and Harrison sitting out in the field in the rain watching the cows feed.
I think we'd use a motorized cooler for that, though.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the bubble.
Oh, that. Yeah, no, that would work. Anyone tuning in just now is going, what in the world are they talking about?
We could use a cooler on the days that we got to give out that chocolate milk.
Mm.
Ridgewood coming in here, getting ready to cross the finish line in third place.
The third place finish for the Generals. Still coming around Newcomerstown and Canton Central Catholic as you see them coming down the front stretch now.
The girls' discus out there looks like they're just warming up. I don't see no official measurements being taken. I believe the boys' shot put, not sure if they're measuring yet or if they're still taking practice throws.
I'm going to ask you a very, probably for most of these athletes out there, very important question, Shannon. So you just got done with your event, got to grab a bite to eat. What do you think you're going with? I've seen I've seen everything so far, from pretzels to bagels to hot dogs, everything. What do you think?
If I'm done for the day, I'm probably going with a little bigger meal. I'm probably going to go get me a burger if they got it, and maybe a slice of pizza. But the kids tend to go towards those nachos a good bit and those soft pretzels.
Mm. Something else that's really cool to see here with all these athletes walking around and stuff, you can also see athletes from other sports walking around, coming out to show out some support for maybe their teammates or just their schools. Just, of course, this being here at Newcomerstown, contingency of Newcomerstown football players walking around cheering on their teammates.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. As a school, you do your own sports, but you also want to go cheer on the other sports. That way, at the end of the day, we know what kind of rivalry Ridgewood and Newcomerstown has had over the years, the orange and black rivalry. So, it doesn't matter if it's a track meet, a softball game, a volleyball game, football game. You want to be the one to say, hey, we beat that school my senior year. So you get out there and you cheer on your teammates or your classmates.
Wrapping up the girls 4x800. Boys, their turn upcoming.
There goes a pretzel with some nacho cheese.
Ooh.
That's an interesting
It's a solid choice.
combination.
Yeah, that's a solid choice.
Now we're going to start rating food as it walks by the press box.
Boys lined up. Lane 2, Ridgewood. Lane 3, Canton Catholic Central. Lane 4, Cuyahoga Heights. Lane 5, Indian Valley. Lane 6, Tuskegee Valley. And Lane 7 will be Coshocton. See a couple different athletes we've already seen compete. Courses is standard because we've been talking about Tuskegee Valley, always a tough team in track and field. Watch them in lane 6. As we'll get underway.
I'll tell you, I heard you mention it a little bit last night when I was listening to the softball game. But a couple years ago, I got to watch Aaron Stump's son down here run the 200-meter dash. And that kid could move, and he was a solid runner for Tusky Valley. Like I said, it's interesting to watch these kids at these different schools, the different strides that they use. And I know Stump's son, he had a nice long stride. He was tall. Which his dad's kind of tall.
Yeah, but I asked Stumpy about that yesterday, and I said, did he get the running ability from you? He said, absolutely not.
So what you're saying is we can't have Stumpy on our relay team.
We can. He's probably just going to be just as good as the rest of us. Team of Ridgewood in lane 2 of Beckelheimer, Salmon, Taylor, and Miller, Canton Catholic Central, Parham, Nasvada, Sharetti, Fretch, Cuyahoga Heights team of Jones, Kittrall, Tresiak, and Shea, Indian Valley, Colvin, Colliner, McPeak, and Kinsey. Tusky Valley, Conrad, Ripple, Roth, and Whitlatch. And Coshocton, Skelton, Jarvis, Albertson, and Collins. Those are your competitors that are going to be out there for this boys 4x800. Up next will be the shuttle hurdles. Girls 400-meter shuttle hurdles.
Yeah, McPeak from Indian Valley just has a slight lead right now. That's still a pretty tight group for the boys. And if he was wondering, Nick, they have loaded nachos. I see loaded nachos now.
Got some boys' discus results from Athletic Director Chad Elliott. Jonathan Stangl, who came in as the top seed, picks up the win with a 136-7. Logan Sesser from Ridgewood right behind him, though, at a 136-3. Carter Neff from Indian Valley, 128-9. Axel Estrada from Canton CC with a 124. And for Tusky Valley with 119.6 is Jake McDermott. Connor Pearch from Indian Valley places 6th with 115. As for the team results from the discus, Indian Valley takes home the first, Canton CC in second, and Tusky Valley in third.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup there for Connor. That's a little bit further than what his season best was, I believe.
Yeah, came in seated, I'm going to say 97 or something, so a good throw for him.
Nice tight gap right here, still between first and second, as Indian Valley still got about a 2-body advantage on Cuyahoga Heights. Or maybe, no, that's Canton Catholic Central.
I think we're getting it right now.
Yeah, it's Canton Catholic Central, I believe.
Girls 4x800 meter relay got the official times now. Tusky Valley with that win with an 11:02.17. Josie Eck, Hayden Huffman, Trista Leisher, and Sammy Ward. Indian Valley in second with 11:57.52 of Blair Hershey, Emily Cope, Laura Shaw, and Amelia Smith. Ridgewood, they posted a 12:48.36. Bridget Coble, Victoria Palmer, Chloe Marquis, and Zanya Hasham. Canton Catholic Central, 13:12.2. Taylor McGee, Julia Holmes, Lily Bensel, and Celeste Levengood. And Newcomerstown in fifth with a 13:39.65. Maggie Smith, Liliana Lopez, Renee Anderson, and Kaylin Kinsey. Good showing for all those athletes. Boys scores right now. Indian Valley leads 26-21 over Tusky Valley. Canton Catholic Central with 20. Cuyahoga Heights with 13. For the girls, Indian Valley leads 41. Tusky Valley posting a 38 so far. Ridgewood at 28. Newcomerstown 24. Those are the top 4 for the boys and girls. Boys 4x800. Tusky Valley has captured the lead now. Coming down the front stretch. Good push there for the Trojans.
Most of the collision right there. It'll be interesting to see how the officials claim that is. There was a handoff, and one of the kids from the other team walked in front of one of the other runners, and he had to go out around him. And sometimes they can call interference on that and disqualify a team.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
You're supposed to stay in your lane until the runner clears you.
Girls 400 meters hurdles. Again, final call. Girls 400
Correction for the boys discus, by the way, was actually Ridgewood, who came home in third. Tusky Valley in fourth there. Coshocton slots in fifth.
First call, girls 4x200 meters
Indian Valley's 4x100 team that won today. They are ranked right now number 9 in the state.
Ranked number 9 in the state, and a great showing for him today. Today's presentation, a high school track, brought to you by Right Mark Roofing and the Keim Home Center. Thanks for allowing us this time to get on here to highlight some of the great track and field athletes from all throughout Z Country.
Yeah, anytime you're looking to get work done, like we always say, support those companies that support your kids. They're always always a couple of the companies. Anytime that we say we're going to go do an event, they jump on board. So make sure you support them and let them know that you heard about them on Big Z Sports.
Final leg upcoming in this boys 4x800. Tusky Valley has a pretty good lead over Indian Valley and Canton Catholic Central. So they hit the front stretch to enter this final leg. Hurdles getting set up now. And remember how we said it takes a village to make this happen here on the front stretch. A couple Newcomerstown students helping out here, setting everything up.
Yeah, that's one thing when you go to those track and field, most schools, I won't speak for all of them, but at most schools, the junior high kids have to work the high school meets, and the high school kids have to work the junior high meets. And like you said, that hurdle job is no easy task. And that Tusky Valley, that last runner, man,
my goodness,
he got a jump.
Big lead for the Trojans, hitting turn 3 on their first lap here. Indian Valley with Kinsey out there in second place. Canton Catholic Central with Fretch sitting in third currently. I think that's Whitlatch, Shannon.
Yeah, it looks like Whitlatch, I believe. Whitlatch. Yeah, I won't say his name again.
He'll win the hair game for sure.
The hair game, the headband game, it's all blown in the wind. And there goes Kinsey with his patented smile.
It's always fun to see these competitors, too, although they are competing and trying to, naturally pick up a win here. But great camaraderie. Yeah, we've even seen other athletes from other schools cheering on some of the other athletes as they come around to finish from different schools even.
Yeah, and whenever, like at the finish line, they'll help each other. If somebody's tired, they'll help them get out of the way, or they hang out underneath the bleachers together. It's just, like you said, track and field. A lot of the athletes always tell me that when they did track and field, the pressure was off because track and field, they just go and have fun with all the other track athletes.
Well, and you're competing against yourself, really, at the end of the day.
You're competing against the watch. You're not competing against somebody else.
Tusky Valley way out in front. About a half a front stretch lead with Indian Valley. I don't know about you, Shannon, but I'm getting tired watching them all go around.
Yeah, Tusky Valley going to pick up the win, like I said. Now Indian Valley crosses in second.
Good strong finish for Canton Catholic Central, who will get the third. Cuyahoga Heights and Coshocton. Going to be close here. Coshocton closing the gap. Coming in for fourth place at the line. Looks like Cuyahoga Heights is just going to get the edge, though. As Ridgewood will round things out for the boys 4x800. Getting the hurdles set up for the 400-meter shuttle hurdles for the girls. 3 teams will be featured here for the girls. Indian Valley, Coshocton, and Canton CC coming up. Now, this is going to be a treat for me, Shannon, because I've never actually seen the shuttle relays for the hurdles before.
Yeah, it's an interesting. How many heats they have for the girls?
Just the one.
Just one.
According to my list I've got in front of me here.
Yeah, well, some schools don't run the hurdle relays, but other ones have fun. So what you got is you'll have who's lane 1 or lane 2 for Indian Valley. So Indian Valley will probably be lane 2 and 3, and then what it'll be is one runner will go one way, and then when she crosses down at the finish line, the runner in lane 3 for Indian Valley will come back the other way. It's just, and then they do it again. It's 4 girls, and like I said, it's just fun to watch. And the kids that are working the hurdles have to be ready, because if a hurdle gets hit and gets knocked down, somebody has to run out there and set that hurdle back up. But they also have to wait until the other runners are through. So you just got to be quick at it. But usually that's why they leave the hurdles all the way down for the boys, especially because the boys, they'll just they tend to hit a hurdle, they'll just run right through it. It'll flip. And
see, that would be my version, because I think you and I both don't jump too high. I'll just do the wrecking ball approach and just go through them.
And you can hit it and you can knock it down, and as long as you don't touch it with your hands or you flip it into another lane that causes interference, you're allowed.
You're good to go.
You're allowed to run through it.
But in this situation, that's a little easier said than done, right?
Yeah.
Adam Ciereszewski still patrolling down there. Looks like we are all done over on the long jump, so we'll get the official distances on those here before too long.
Yeah, and I see the girls' discus is taking measurements. Indian Valley track coach Tom Klassner, he's out here. He checking out all the hurdles, making sure they're all set right. There's a hurdle right here that's too far.
I see it a little shifted off there, just a smidge,
and that,
which might not seem like a big deal until you're out there running.
Yeah, it's not a big deal to you or me, but those kids train hard to get their steps down and get the right count.
Well, it's the same rhythm every time, or at least that's what you're hoping for.
And if a hurdle's off just a little bit, it can really throw off your steps.
High jump still going on for the girls. All our field events we'll be getting results from. We'd tell you exactly who's going on and doing with what, as you see on your screen. Problem is, it's kind of hard to do with the field events, getting that relayed exactly with heights and such. A little bit easier with things like high jump and pole vault and long jump, just because, well, actually no, high jump and pole vault, because obviously the bar is set at a certain level. Results in for the boys 4x800 relay. First place, Tusky Valley posts an 8:57.1. Sub 9 minutes there. Good job for them. Kate Conrad, Micah Ripple, Logan Roth, and Whitlatch.
Yeah, Kaylee Whitlatch.
Yeah, that's
Kai. I don't
like
know.
I said, we're going to butcher some names here and there. Indian Valley placed second with a 9:05.81. Zane Colvin, Aidan Colliner, Landon McPeak, and Max Kinsey. Canton Catholic Central in third, 9:19.33. Mark Parham, Aidan Nazvati, Vince Scheretti, and Adam Fretch. Fourth place, Cuyahoga Heights with a 9:25.65. Damian Jones, Matthew Kittrell, Chris Treziak, and Joe Shea. Fifth place, Coshocton with a 9:25.91. Payne Skelton, Ryder Jarvis, Gavin Albertson, and Jared Collins in sixth place. Ridgewood with a 9:36.96. Sean Beckelheimer, Aiden Salmon, and Zared Taylor, as well as Cohen Miller. So those are your boys 4x800 results. Team scores. Indian Valley still up for both the boys and girls. Tusky Valley close on their heels. Getting set for the girls' 400-meter shuttle hurdles. You see helpers out there on the football field getting ready to, like to Shannon's point, if a hurdle goes down, have to run out there and get it reset. There's something I know that we wouldn't be fast enough to be able to do. Or coordinated enough, for that matter, Shannon.
Oh, I'm coordinated enough. I'm so coordinated that when I trip, I'll do a nice roll and pop right back up.
You know how to tuck and roll is what you're saying.
Tuck and roll. This young lady right here, she's ready. Like she's
in the stance.
She's expecting somebody to knock down a hurdle. She's ready to go.
Oh, and on top of that, Bryce Gibbs from the Newcomerstown football team is also ready to go. Final call. Girls getting warmed up. Zeb Troyer from here in Newcomerstown. He wants to do his DoorDash? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's checking on us.
Thanks again to the Claxon Communications crew being here today, making sure we get everything that we can out there broadcasted so you can enjoy some high school track and field wherever it is that you are if you couldn't make it out here today, or maybe you're even sitting in the stands right now and enjoying it. Different angles you get from stuff you might not be able to see.
I was trying to watch for my daughter to throw discus down there, and somehow she snuck through, and I missed her already. But my wife was texting me her distance, so.
We'll get those results for the girls' discus upcoming.
Not sure where she'll rate, but she already PR'd for the season, so.
Well, that's the that's exactly what we were just talking about, right? Though
yep.
all you're competing against there is a tape measure,
and that's what I told her. Just come out today, and she was worried that the rain would hurt her a little bit, and just come out, and she'll be happy with that throw, and she'll probably want McDonald's afterwards now as a reward.
Well, Nora didn't seem too kindly to the idea. I said, hey, got to get your PR or you're walking home. I don't think she liked that idea very much. Such a great backdrop is Lee Stadium here in Newcomerstown. Still the natural grass field. Nice big track. Beautiful landscape behind us. Yeah. Tuscarawas River in view.
And just look after a couple days of sunshine and then into this rain, and then going into next week, we start getting some more sunshine. All the green that is starting to pop up now. It's
just going to explode.
It's just going to take off. I know my yard, it already needs cut between the dog fertilizing it and all the rain we got.
The dog fertilizing it. We're going to leave that one right there. Rest of this week coming up here, Big Z Sports will have plenty upcoming. As on the way for Monday, expecting some high school softball. Tusky Valley traveling to take on Claymont. Tuesday, softball Indian Valley at Garaway. Wednesday, Garaway at Ridgewood for baseball. Thursday, softball action, UNI, Dover and Strasburg. And Friday, baseball with our sister station, WJER. Indian Valley takes on Dover. And after that, we'll see what happens. We don't know what we're doing the week after that. However, that's literally as full of a docket as we could possibly make it next week.
I'm looking forward to Monday, getting down to Claymont. Coach Edwards in her first year there. Taking over. She was a great softball player at Claymont, and she
assistant for a couple of years.
Yeah, well, she was an assistant for 1 year with Dusty Braun in Indian Valley, and then she had the opportunity to go back to her school and became an assistant there for a couple of years. And now she's very young and took over the program, and they are playing some good softball right now.
And her sister, I believe, and Ava Edwards, off to a great start for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Ava, and I believe Ava just got honorable mention All-Ohio in basketball, and she's a phenomenal athlete. I believe she plays volleyball and stuff. And like I said, I'm looking forward to that game on Monday.
Almost fully set and ready to go. Girls 400-meter shuttle hurdles. Easy for me to say. Aidan, you stop laughing. I'm going to switch headsets with Aidan here in a minute. Let him take over on this side. I'm sure I'll figure out maybe what buttons to click over there. He had to put up with me and Stump yesterday at the softball game, Shannon. How do you think that went?
Oh, I probably went great.
Well, he was getting a good laugh because our chairs were sinking off to the side. Oh, yeah. He's going to show you a picture that I know you're going to enjoy. Thanks again to the Newcomerstown Athletic Department and to our presenting sponsors today in Keim Home Center and Right Mark Roofing.
Oh, you kids and your phones.
It's always a pretty amazing thing for the hurdle side of things, just getting that pacing and that timing down of knowing exactly when to go every time. Oh, and Zeb Troyer, our DoorDash order comes through.
Got to appreciate everybody down here in Newcomerstown, always taken care of.
I wonder where Adam is now, Shannon.
He's
Probably back over at the Discus.
He's been sending me some pictures, so he might be down at the banner trying to get pictures of the running teams as they're coming in.
Good call on that. Adam always putting in some hard work. So we can go over this again, especially if someone's tuning in for the first time. As Shannon, for shuttle hurdles, you already kind of described it here for a bit, but how does it work exactly?
So you'll have a runner in lane probably 2 and 3 since they're not very far, which will be the same school. So your runners will be in lanes beside each other. You'll have one fire off from the starting line, and they'll clear the hurdles. And as soon as they cross the finish line, they'll have a runner down there in the blocks on the finish line. And as soon as she passes that runner, she can take off. She'll come back the other way, and as soon as she crosses the start line down at the other end, then the third runner can take off, and then the same thing again. The fourth runner will take off. So actually, I think the start line might be flipped for this. Yes, the start line actually starts at the finish line. That way they finish down there. As Miles from Indian Valley gets out quick, and she's in lane 1, so her teammate will be in lane 2. So as soon as she crosses the original start line, her teammate can take off from that start line down there.
It's Canton Catholic Central, who is matched up with Indian Valley here. Does not look like we have a Coshocton competing in this. So it will be a 2-team race here. Indian Valley looking to capture some team points here. Indian Valley's team of Miles, Klassner, Allen, and Myers.
So Allen for Indian Valley, she's actually a gymnast, and this is her first year competing track, and the coaches are excited in what she can do in the hurdles.
Very clean run through there. Brooklyn Myers rounding it out for Indian Valley.
And if you know anything about Brooklyn Myers, she's just a beast in every sport she does. She is phenomenal in the 300-meter hurdles.
So Indian Valley will capture the win there. Canton Catholic Central will round things out. Up next, boys 440-meter shuttle hurdles. Indian Valley, Tusky Valley, Cuyahoga Heights, and Ridgewood. So obviously all the hurdles now got to shift just a tad. I'm always impressed, too, by all the assistants' abilities to know exactly what each dash mark on the track knows, because I think, well, you might be all right. I would be clueless trying to get it set.
Yeah, I always know blue is for boys.
That makes it easy.
So, and whenever, so you'll hear them when they say go to, move the hurdles to the blue marks and raise them all the way up. But that's for the regular race. For today, the hurdles will stay down for this relay, because some of these boys that will run in the relays might not run hurdles, too many times throughout the years. They just bring them in, for this event. And sometimes that's when they find out that a kid might be good enough to run the hurdles, so then they start working with them.
So it's a learning process for the team, too, is what you're saying.
So guessing off the top, it'll be, for Indian Valley, it'll be Hostetler, McPeak, and then I'm not sure who else will run for Indian Valley. I just know those were the couple of the kids that ran the last couple of years with my nephew.
Should be some great competition here across all 4 teams.
So I would say, I'm assuming Ridgewood would have Carnes, and they do. Carnes will run.
Looks like he's going to be the one who will round it out for him.
Carnes is one of those athletes who is also very good at the 300-meter hurdles. Him and Carson Hostetler from Indian Valley. I'm assuming those will be the two favorites going into the IVC tournament for 300-meter hurdles.
Boys pole vault still ongoing. Get some results from those when we can. Looks like the girls have the high jump. Still working on that. I think there's the event, Shannon, that would be entertaining if we were going to do a Big Z high jump. I don't think any of us can get much higher than about 6 inches off the ground.
It'd probably be more along the lines of like the trip jump. Well, that'd be the long jump. Run and trip over the board, see how far you can roll. An Indian Valley person just cleared the bar. I know the young lady that I said that was a gymnast, I think she's also doing the high jump this year.
Cuyahoga Heights upcoming for that high jump. Do not actually have an entry list for some of these field events, so we'll just bring you the results when we get them.
I think it might have been McPeak there for Indian Valley that just cleared the pole vault. We can't give you heights. We don't have nobody down there.
We could guess, but we have no idea. What was it that Adam last year said, about 33 feet or something like that? We were like, wait a minute.
And Coach Bell looked over at him, and he was talking about the stance, where to move the, you know.
Always a good laugh. Well, there's your loaded nacho, Shannon. Now Shannon's getting hungry.
If she was sitting up here on the top row, I'd ask her for one, but I don't want to yell it out the window to the bottom row.
As we've said a couple times today, and we'll keep saying, get subscribed to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Never miss a broadcast. Still waiting the start of the boys' 440-meter shuttle hurdles. He's trying to get Shannon to drink some water. I should have known. He's got the Coke Zero as we are underway. Out in front early, Cuyahoga Heights. Right beside them, Ridgewood. Indian Valley currently slotted in third. Heading into the second leg. Now it's Cuyahoga Heights, Indian Valley, and Ridgewood, all almost neck and neck coming across. It's tight between the Braves and the Generals.
Yeah, it looks like I think his last name's Holland maybe for the Braves.
Would be, in fact. Cannon now out in the lead for the Braves. Ridgewood currently in second with them. Heading into the final leg now.
As you see, Cannon hit a hurdle, and the track guy put it up, and now here will come Indian Valley's finisher and Hostetler.
Carson Hostetler way out in front now for Ridgewood. Talon Carnes looking to take home second place. Good showing for both Indian Valley and Ridgewood in the boys' shuttle relay.
And if you don't know what I mean about when you leave those hurdles all the way down and you got a veteran runner like Hostetler, which he's only a sophomore, but to watch how fast he can get over those lower hurdles, it's almost like he's just stepping over it.
So that is it for our hurdle events.
Final call, girls sprint medley.
Up next, the sprint medley, girls 800 on the way. We'll go ahead and as they take all the hurdles off to the side, we'll take a brief break. We'll return to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel coming up in a bit. More to come from the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays.
Spring and summer bring big events, graduations, yard sales, and tournaments. The Educational Service Center Print Center is your go-to for sponsor banners, yard signs, and custom graduation packages with invitations, envelopes, and thank you cards. And when it's time for sports, the ECO Center in St. Clairsville is the perfect venue for AAU and JO tournaments. With spacious seating, plenty of parking, and easy access to hotels and restaurants, it's your one-stop arena for wrestling, cheer, and more. Plan your next event with us on the court or in print. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net. Are you ready to give your home a new look? Look no further than Wayne Door, your one-stop shop for all your residential needs. Garage doors, entry doors, windows, and patio doors, Wayne Door has everything you need to upgrade your curb appeal. With 24/7 emergency service, you can trust their technicians to be there when you need them most. Stop by the Dover showroom on State Route 39 or visit WayneDoor.com and let the experts help transform your house into the home of your dreams. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors, from the people you can trust.
Commercial building owners, how well do you keep your roof maintained? At Right Mark Roofing, we offer our Bullseye Maintenance Program to building owners to help keep your roof healthy. This includes our 21-point inspection that examines all the essential areas of your roof that require year-round maintenance, a detailed report on the health and status of your roof, priority service that moves you to the front of the line, and discounts that reduce the risk of expensive repairs. Give us a call at 330-275-0088 or visit our website at rightmarkroofing.com to learn more.
Join us at Keim Home Center in Charm for Customer Appreciation Days, April 7th through 12th. We're celebrating our customers all week long with giveaways, gift card drawings, woodworking demonstrations, and refreshments. Save 10% on appliances, lawn and garden tools, housewares, and so much more. Don't miss our free pancake and sausage breakfast Friday and Saturday morning. Visit KeimHome.com or follow us on Facebook for more details. We'll see you April 7th through 12th for Customer Appreciation Days at Keim Home Center in Charm.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
Big moments are coming. Are you ready? If you need sponsor banners, graduation programs, or yard sale signs, the East Central Ohio Print Center has you covered. Visit ecoprintcenter.org. And if you've got a new driver in the house, East Central Ohio ESC offers flexible driver's education with in-car training and online options. Scholarships are available from signs to steering wheels. The East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is here to help. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Welcome back to the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays, live on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. All made possible by Right Mark Roofing and the Keim Home Center. Coming up, the girls' 800 Sprint Medley Relay. Kind of winding down with events already. Things have been moving rather quickly today. We'll bring you updated team scores and results as they come in. In this first, in the only heat of this, it is Tusky Valley, Coshocton, Ridgewood, Indian Valley, Canton Catholic Central, and Newcomerstown competing. Pole vault still ongoing for the boys. Girls high jump still ongoing too.
Yeah, it looks like Josiah Klassner for the Braves with the pole vault down there getting ready to go. Like I said, only his second year doing pole vault, and he's already at the top. Well, actually, they're just
still warming up.
So this is he hasn't come in yet. You can choose what height you want to come in at.
Cuyahoga Heights also getting warmed up down there. Not sure which one from Cuyahoga Heights. They had a couple competitors in pole vault today, as most of these teams will present for these field events. Shannon, for the resident track expert, so for Sprint Medley Relay, what are we looking at for this event?
They'll do a 100, a 200, a 400, and then an 800. So right now it's the 100, and they'll hand off to this runner, and then this runner will run a – right?
Nope, 2 100s it looks like.
Yeah, I'm confused now. I thought it was – bad handoff there for somebody.
Might have been for Tusky Valley, as it looks like Indian Valley and Ridgewood at the front running here coming into turn 4.
So this is your 200 part, so it must have been a 100.
Ridgewood and Tusky Valley coming towards the next handoff. Very close on that handoff there. Now all athletes will merge to the inner lane. Tusky Valley in front, Ridgewood right in tow. It's Newcomerstown currently sitting in third. Down the backstretch, there goes Ridgewood, heading for the lead. Heading into the final turn, still Ridgewood out in front. Tusky Valley right behind Newcomerstown, bringing up in third.
So it's a 100, a 100, a 200, and a 400.
Here comes the Generals. McQueen out in front. As the Generals will pick up a nice team win there. Tusky Valley second, Newcomerstown third. Indian Valley looks like they'll slot home in fourth. Canton Catholic Central fifth. And rounded out by Coshocton. Now it'll be the boys' turn. 7 full lanes in this one. Canton Catholic Central, Ridgewood, Coshocton, Cuyahoga Heights, Newcomerstown, Tusky Valley, and Indian Valley. Those are your lane assignments from 1 to 7.
Lane assignments for the boys, sprint medley. Lane 1, Canton Central Catholic. Lane 2, Ridgewood.
Adam Ciereszewski just checked in with us as he's getting some more team photos and such to post on our social media platforms. To his point, after the rain was gone, kind of turned out to be a real nice day for a meet.
Lane 7, Indian Valley.
We have boys high jump results, individual results.
Boys high jump results we'll have coming in here in just a little bit.
4th place, Matt Humphrey, Ridgewood.
As you see, the bar has now been set.
Set up there. We don't know the exact distance from here, but we'll get that for you in a bit. Cuyahoga Heights about to go for the pole vault.
Team boys high jump results are 5th place.
And he'll clear it.
4th place.
Nice looking attempt there.
3rd place.
Yeah, you know, with that technique right there, you know, I'm not going to give you my advice.
No, you need to go talk to Mr. Bell if you need that.
You know, it's just one thing about it is with the pole vault is you gotta have the right steps, a little bit of speed, gotta have some upper body strength, and you can't be afraid to get upside down.
Boys high jump results now. Your top 5 coming in. Logan Zimmer from Ridgewood, a mark of 6 feet he cleared. For Cuyahoga Heights, 2nd and 3rd for them. Nicholas Armbrust with a 5'10", and also Maurice McClarty with 5'10". Matt Humphrey from Ridgewood also got a 5'10", placed 4th. And Colton Conkle from Coshocton at 5'6". So your boys' high jump team results. Cuyahoga Heights, no surprises, 2nd and 3rd, gets 1st. Ridgewood 2nd, Indian Valley 3rd, Tusky Valley 4th, Coshocton 5th. With the team scores still very tight at the top. Indian Valley and Tusky Valley, both the boys and girls, about neck and neck.
Yeah, and that's how it's been down here for the IVC championships the last couple of years. It comes down to a couple events to figure out which team can finish it off and see how, you know, which team can finish strong at the end.
Boys 800 sprint medley relay about to get started. All athletes taking their positions. Expect a lot of strong teams here out of this sprint medley relay. You know, kind of don't want to call it a hodgepodge because that sounds like a bad thing, but it's a mix of a lot of different events all in one that you get to see how they can work together.
Yeah, and like I said, you come out and you got to have 2 kids strong right out of the gates in the 4x1 or the 100-meter dash, I guess, because that's what you're at. But then you got to have that runner that is strong with the 400 to get that last lap in for you.
Lane 1, Canton Catholic Central. Lane 2, Ridgewood, Coshocton. Lane 3, Lane 4, Cuyahoga Heights. Lane 5, Newcomerstown. Tusky Valley's in Lane 6, and Indian Valley will be in Lane 7.
Well, with Indian Valley being around a track team a lot, I'm going to guess that it's Kenzie firing off in the blocks, and he'll give it to Hostetler. Hostetler will give it to Faulkner, and I'm going to assume it's probably a Smith boy that'll bring it up at the end.
How'd you know? In the first leg, on the handoff, Indian Valley appears at the front. Hostetler is in the second leg. Right behind him, though, Tusky Valley coming up strong. Now into your third leg. Couple bobbles on the handoffs for some teams there.
I think Faulkner's going to have to get a big lead, or not a big lead. He's going to have to keep the lead pace for Indian Valley.
Down the front stretch, it is Faulkner out in front for Indian Valley. Tusky Valley right behind in McNichols. Cuyahoga Heights in third. Final handoff. Into the final leg of the 800 special medal, sprint medal. I was doing the whole event. Indian Valley out front. Tusky Valley right in tow, though. Closing the gap on the backstretch.
Yeah, Tusky Valley's got a nice runner in the 400. He's kind of tall. He's got those long legs. He's got a real good stride. So
that's McElwee.
Yeah, and I believe he went to state in this event last year.
Into turn 4, McElwee catching up with Smith. Going to be a drag race down the front stretch. McElwee and Smith shoulder to shoulder. Now McElwee's going to get the lead. Neck and neck. Heading towards the finish line. It's going to be a close one. Smith clawing back in. Ooh, it's a close finish.
We'll throw it down there to Adam Ciereszewski, see who won. Yeah, and right there, I mean, as soon as it's over, man, they're high-fiving each other because they knew how good of a race it was. But that, like I said, outstanding performance by Indian Valley and Tusky Valley right there to come in for the finish, and we'll have to wait to see what the official results are.
It's going to be a small number. We know that. So coming up next will be our next event upcoming for the girls. Will be, when I can find it here, Shannon, as you've got some results for the girls sprint medley, if you want to go ahead and read those off.
Yeah, for the girls 800-meter sprint medley, it was Ridgewood, the team of Jalen McQueen, Molly Maple, Kylie Bice, and Kinsey Bice, with a winning time of 1 minute, 54 seconds. In second was Tusky Valley with the team of Howard, Ashton, Brothers, and Stallman. 1 minute, 59 seconds. Third was Newcomerstown with the team of Hoover, Hayes, Cooter, and Cooter. Kind of reminds me of the Dukes of Hazzard.
I know.
Cooter.
I thought the same thing.
And they had a time of 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Fourth place, Indian Valley team of Swaldo, Holbrook, McDaniel, and Klassner with a time of 2 minutes and 5 seconds. And fifth was Canton Catholic Central, team of Buckler, Kirby, Hall, and Marisic with a time of 2:07, or 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Coshocton in sixth with the team of Stipes, Estevanco, Truex, and Braxton with a time of 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
Up next, the girls 3,000 meter. It's the distance medley relay. Seven lanes here. Coshocton, lane 1. Newcomerstown, lane 2. Ridgewood, lane 3. Lane 4 is Indian Valley. Lane 5, Canton Catholic Central. Cuyahoga Heights in Lane 6, and Tusky Valley in Lane 7. Don't want to sound like a broken record, but again, Tusky Valley distance team going to be a strong out in this event.
Yeah, and listen, if you're a betting man, anytime it's Tusky Valley girls, distant runners, you got to go with them because they're just solid day in and day out. You know, they're just kind of like they're consistent like the Cleveland Browns. Browns consistency continue to mess up the draft every year.
I was going to say like the 60s Boston Celtics, but okay. Thanks, Shannon.
With the draft coming up, you're seeing all this news about the Cleveland Browns and all this stuff. You just sit back and think, why don't you just put a poll out there and let your fans vote and let your fans decide who you're going to draft? Because
you have fans like me who are just tired of it and say draft a kicker in the first round. It worked out for the Raiders with Sebastian Janikowski.
You get points.
Maybe. Didn't quite hear. Did you get the updated team scores after that last event?
I did, but I didn't read them.
No big deal. We'll get the boys.
We'll get the next ones.
Sprint medley relay coming up. Now the distance total of 3,000 meters here.
3,000 meters, so I'm going to guess this is where it's the 800, the 1,600. Start doing our math.
Well, they start here and hand off there.
So they're going to start with a 200.
Mm-hmm.
So to be a 200 and probably, so we're going, what did you say we had to have? 3,000 meters?
Mm-hmm.
So 1,600 and a 200. That takes you to 1,800.
So you still have 12.
So we got to come up with another 12. There's going to be an 800 in there.
And a 4.
And a 4 maybe.
Sure.
The 4 would, I don't know.
Here's the problem. We're trying to do math. Yeah. That's what we shouldn't be doing.
The next time we go to do these medleys, we'll get it. We'll have all the right information for you.
Appreciate all of you tuning in, despite Shannon and I, for the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays. Great event here. Been moving along real quickly. Thankfully, the weather's been cooperating. Again, we'll get to those team score updates when we can. Officially underway, coming down the front stretch. Out in front, Brooklyn Myers for Indian Valley. Tusky Valley right behind, though. Ridgewood and Coshocton. Newcomerstown close there. Heading into the second leg and out in front again, Tusky Valley.
Yeah, she got a nice jump on that handoff right there. They were still kind of tight right there, but she got a nice jump and was able to get to the bottom lane. Like I said, we can see Indian Valley's in second. Not sure who.
That would be Newcomerstown in third. Ridgewood right behind them. Cuyahoga Heights and Canton Catholic Central is your running order currently. Out in front, Tusky Valley, Indian Valley, Newcomerstown, Cuyahoga Heights, neck and neck down the front stretch. Into the next handoff. For Tusky Valley, Sammy Ward now getting the baton. Down in the backstretch, Ward way out in front, hitting turn 3. This is the girls' 3,000 distance medley relay. Indian Valley now into turn 3 in second. Still tight between Cuyahoga Heights and Newcomerstown for third position. Ward will be handing off to Leisure next time through. Champ of Indian Valley coming towards the start-finish line. Now Canton Catholic Central has closed the gap and is actually threatening for third. Cuyahoga Heights still holding on, though. Ward halfway down the backstretch. Lady Trojans doing a great job again in the distance.
Trying to communicate with my wife to see what's going on with the shot put because it just finished.
Tell her to start getting us some distances and such.
She said it's on its way to the press box probably. So
well, tell her that, but also tell her please and thank you. I'm not going to be that mean to Kelly.
She's probably ready to get out of here. She's going to the movies tonight.
Oh. Ward comes up for the final handoff here to Leisure. Tusky Valley, another dominant showing to this point. There's the sun, Shannon. It has come out.
Just as some of the athletes are leaving to go home.
Probably going home and taking a nap or getting some lunch.
I can guarantee you Nora's going to take her nap when she goes home. She'll eat lunch, take a nap.
Oh, to be young again.
Yep.
Down the backstretch, Leisure, you see there, entering turn 3. Has about, realistically, almost a half-track lead right now. Shannon, you got the boys' 800 sprint medley for...
Yep, and the winner of the boys' 800-meter sprint medley was Tusky Valley with Tiller Waltz, Marcus McNichols, Zach Merrick, and Abe McElwee.
I just saw the times. That's why I was going, oh, boy.
Yeah, a minute, 34 seconds, 1:34.99. Indian Valley was second with a time of 1:35.03.
4 hundredths of a second on that one.
4 hundredths of a second. So Indian Valley, team of Kenzie, Hostetler, Faulkner, and Smith come in second. Cuyahoga Heights was third with a team of Julius, Desick, Unger, and Vandeven there. We'll go with it. Ridgewood was fourth. Team of Humphrey, Ford, Hortzman, Israel. Canton Catholic Central was fifth. Rohr, Finnan, Nasvada, and Bishel. Coshocton was sixth. Conkle, Murphy, Wentz, and Collins. And Newcomerstown was seventh with Singer, Norman, and Ross.
Something of note here, by the way, Leisure's entering turn 4 here. She keeps looking at her own watch, I think, doing her own timing. For the boys' long jump, it was Logan Wentz from Coshocton with a 20:10 and a quarter to get the win. Curtis Van Divner out of Cuyahoga Heights, I think that's what you basically said, because I'm not sure either. 19:06 and a half. Barrett Bandy from Tusky Valley in third with a 19:6. Nicholas Armbrust from Cuyahoga Heights with a 19:5 and 3/4. Dom Singer from Newcomerstown with a 19 3/4 of an inch for the fifth place finish. As for the team scores for the long jump for the boys, Cuyahoga Heights first, Ridgewood second, Tusky Valley third, Coshocton fourth, and Indian Valley comes home in fifth. For the boys, Braves leading the team score 44 to Tusky Valley's 42. For the girls' score, and Indian Valley and Tusky Valley now deadlocked at 46 apiece.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be tight between those two schools on the boys' and girls' side.
Third place is not far behind either.
Ridgewood is hanging behind in both. Or no, Cuyahoga Heights is only they got 38 points on the boys' side, so they're only 4 points behind. And then Ridgewood for the girls team, they got 38 points. So, they're only 8 points behind. So it's going to be a tight race.
It's the girls' 3,000-meter distance medley relay. Tusky Valley way out in front. If I'm not mistaken, Indian Valley still sitting in second place.
Yeah, the two schools battle. It's like I said, these events right here is kind of where, Tusky Valley's favored to win it. So Indian Valley has got to stay in second. You don't want to give up that second place and give up points.
It's almost like in wrestling, looking for those bonus point victories. Leisha still checking her watch as she comes down the front stretch.
Yeah, and with a lot of kids like that, some people like, you're distracting yourself. No, that's how they know they're staying on pace. They know, some of these kids are trained so well, they know what pace they got to run to get that right time. And if they're behind pace, then they decide to pick it up a little bit.
Just like you and I would do, right?
I check my watch to see when it's lunchtime.
High school track and field on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Again, thank you to Keim Home Center and Right Mark Roofing, supporting high school sports. Always fun being able to do track and field, featuring it here. Of course, Newcomerstown hosting a great event, and thank you to everybody who makes it possible.
Yeah, and like I said, they can't do these events without volunteers, and they not only ask the parents to volunteer, but the coaches volunteer. We've seen head football coach Dirk Gatz here working. We've seen head basketball coach Zeb Troyers here working. I'm sure there's coaches from other ones, but they're the ones that we see that are moving around.
Leisha coming down the front stretch, and if I'm not mistaken, Shannon, I think this would be your closing lap. It'll all depend on how she finishes. Hey, we guessed right.
Yeah, like you said, and for the first thing she does, looks at her hand.
Mm-hmm.
So she don't need the look at the official score sheet. She knows how
her leg where she was.
Her leg was where she was, and she'll stand down there for a second, take a break, and then you'll see her probably go running out through the parking lot or on the outside of the bleachers because talented runners like that, they take cool down laps.
We'll be wrapping up the 3,000 distance medley relay for the girls. Boys will be upcoming. I think you and I need to step aside for a few moments. When we come back, we'll get you the final results of this and bring you the boys and so much more from the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays after this on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net. Are you ready to give your home a new look? Look no further than Wayne Door, your one-stop shop for all your residential needs. Garage doors, entry doors, windows, and patio doors, Wayne Door has everything you need to upgrade your curb appeal. With 24/7 emergency service, you can trust their technicians to be there when you need them most. Stop by the Dover showroom on State Route 39 or visit WayneDoor.com and let the experts help transform your house into the home of your dreams. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors, from the people you can trust.
Join us at Keim Home Center in Charm for Customer Appreciation Days, April 7th through 12th. We're celebrating our customers all week long with giveaways, gift card drawings, woodworking demonstrations, and refreshments. Save 10% on appliances, lawn and garden tools, housewares, and so much more. Don't miss our free pancake and sausage breakfast Friday and Saturday morning. Visit keimhome.com or follow us on Facebook for more details. We'll see you April 7th through 12th for Customer Appreciation Days at Keim Home Center in Charm.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
Spring and summer bring big events, graduations, yard sales, and tournaments. The Educational Service Center Print Center is your go-to for sponsor banners, yard signs, and custom graduation packages with invitations, envelopes, and thank you cards. And when it's time for sports, the ECO Center in St. Clairsville is the perfect venue for AAU and JO tournaments. With spacious seating, plenty of parking, and easy access to hotels and restaurants, it's your one-stop arena for wrestling, cheer, and more. Plan your next event with us on the court or in print. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Welcome back to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel, the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays. We'll get you some results from that girls' 3,000 distance medley. Boys' turn coming up. Lane 1, Coshocton. Lane 2, Indian Valley. Lane 3, Tuskegee Valley. Lane 4, Ridgewood. Lane 5 is Cuyahoga Heights. Lane 6, Newcomerstown. And Lane 7, Canton Catholic Central. Some updated team scores going to be coming up on the way as well.
Yeah, we're still waiting for boys pole vault still down there going on. We'll see. Maybe during this race, maybe we'll be able to come out and catch some pole vault action down there. The bar's gotten kind of high.
Normally the pole vault's the one that kind of seems to take the longest, so that might end up working out that way. Coming up, or rather the high jump has concluded as they've got the tarp over top of that, so we'll get you some results from that high jump on the way.
Yeah, and like I said, the girls' shot put has concluded, so they'll be sending the results up here soon. And then, like you said, it's been a long day for some of these athletes, and we're closing in on the last few events here.
Kind of hard, you go through some of the names that are going to be competing for all these teams. We've seen them in other events, but there's going to be some strong showings here throughout. It's Canton Catholic Central, I believe in another event they had quite the showing, did the boys. So I'm sure this medley team will probably be a tough out as well. How much focus do you think these coaches and these athletes, even though it's the early goings of this, are kind of putting focus on trying to set that new PR this early?
The coaches probably not as much as the athletes. The athletes, they come out and they just sometimes they go too hard because they want to PR at every event. And coaches, they've been around long enough. They take weather into consideration. Like it's a damp day. The wind's blowing hard. You'll have a headwind going against you, and then with the relay teams, the baton's wet, and the same with the pole vault. The pole vault, the bar's wet, and I think it's Josiah Klassner down there for Indian Valley he's still going on, and the kid I think from Cuyahoga Heights is still in. Not sure how many 2 other athletes are still in it, but Klassner is getting ready to go.
Still waiting to start here.
Yeah, not sure what's taking so long, but Klassner must have had his steps off right there as he was smart enough to pull up and not, attempt. He's rubbing his shins right now. Must be having some shin splint problems or something. But he was. Well, the kid from Cuyahoga Heights is coming out now.
Events still to come, the 4x200s and the 4x400s as we are underway. Boys 3,000. Down the front stretch, it will be Indian Valley and Newcomerstown. Very close on this first leg. Canton Catholic Central right behind, and the other three pretty much deadlocked between Cuyahoga Heights, Coshocton, and Tusky Valley. Heading into the backstretch, Indian Valley still out front. Trenton Wright from Newcomerstown closing that gap, though, as he will recapture the lead for the Trojans. Round turn 3, Wright has a pretty good lead for Newcomerstown. Still a lot of race to go. Colt James from Indian Valley drops back. Right down the front stretch, Tusky Valley in tow behind him.
Oh, that's not James. Is it James? He just flips into the field.
Out in front, Newcomerstown. Kicker Ethan Foster out there running for the Trojans. For Tusky Valley.
Our McInturf, or not our McInturf, our Big Z Sports Special Teams Player of the Year. We got the girls' long jump results in. Is individual winner with a jump of 16 feet and 5 inches was Jalen McQueen of Ridgewood. Outstanding jump.
Fantastic for her.
Becca Fouts of Tusky Valley, 14 feet 11 inches or 11 and a half inches was in second. Cameron Cooter of Newcomerstown was third, 14 feet 3 inches. Ridgewood's Caitlin Scott was fourth with a jump of 14 feet 1.5 inches. Caitlin Amari of Cuyahoga Heights was fifth with a jump of 14 feet. Leah Medrano from Ridgewood, I probably said that wrong. She jumped 13 feet 10.5 inches for sixth place. Chloe Carpenter of Newcomerstown, 13 feet 2 3/4 inches. And Olivia Kuka of Cuyahoga Heights rounds out the top 8 with 13 feet 1.5.
Tusky Valley closed the gap and captured the lead. Newcomerstown in second, Indian Valley catching up, though, in turn 3.
For the team results, Ridgewood took first place in the long jump. Tusky Valley, total team effort, got second. Cuyahoga Heights was third. Newcomerstown fourth, and Indian Valley was fifth.
Newcomerstown out in front, down the front stretch. Now Indian Valley in second place, and it is Newcomerstown in third. Canton Central Catholic now looks like they'll take over the third position. Cuyahoga Heights now closing the distance as well. It is all Tusky Valley, though. Started out a little bit behind, but all of a sudden those Trojans closing that gap well. Indian Valley trying to reel it in. Right after this event, move into the girls 4x200. 7 lanes of competition. No change in your positioning at this point, coming up to the next lap.
Final call, girls 4x200 meter relay. Final call, girls 4x200 meter relay. Second call, boys 4x200 meter relay. First call, girls 4x400 meter relay.
Athletes already getting ready to take their places for the 4x200.
Claxon just cleared the bar for Indian Valley. Not sure what the height was, but
heard a couple cheers from over there, so it must have been a good one.
Well, he must have hit the bar a little bit because it's bouncing and it never dropped. So nice job by Josiah down there.
We'll get those results from pole vault, still ongoing. It's like we said before, and from your experience, tends to be one of the last things to wrap up.
Yeah, looks like the young man from Cuyahoga Heights is down there. Might be taking his shoes off, so if that's the case, then Claxon probably just won the pole vault with that vault.
Have to wait and see. Tusky Valley still out in front in the 3,000 DMR. Indian Valley's closed the gap a little bit, though.
Yeah, Pataka for Indian Valley, he's closed it a little bit, but
still a long way to go.
Did he spend too much to close that gap? And Tusky Valley's just hanging in there.
Canton Central Catholic's also making a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, he still looks pretty strong right now compared to
Catholic Central. My apologies.
Compared to the other two, like he's still got a pretty good rhythm going.
You always know it's a distance run when you see some of the athletes go by and grabbing at the sides and stuff. Gotta love a side stitch.
Yeah, you got the old side stitch. Like you said, the kid from Tusky Valley, he knows he's way out front, and he'll let you gain on him a little bit. He just won't use it all up until he needs to.
Girls' high jump results now in, clearing the 4:10 mark. Quinn Cecil from Indian Valley takes the top spot. Lauren Wentz from Ridgewood at 4.8. Mia Lavray from Coshocton also with a 4.8. Paige Henley from Cuyahoga Heights with 4.6. And Emmy McKinney from Indian Valley also at 4.6. So the team scores for the girls' high jump. Indian Valley first, Ridgewood second, Cuyahoga Heights third, Tusky Valley fourth, and Coshocton fifth. We still have for the boys, still tied at 52 apiece for Indian Valley and Tusky Valley. Do not have the girls' scores yet, but we'll give you those here momentarily.
Yeah, but for the team race for the high jump, because
I just went through those.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know you read. I knew you read the players. I didn't know you read the total.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, when the girls, the last sheet that I read off, I forgot to say the team totals. Tusky Valley had a 4-point lead over Indian Valley at 54-50.
Pataka has really closed the gap now. All of a sudden.
Yeah, but is this the last lap?
I believe this is coming to the finish. Going to take quite the push. And Canton Catholic Central, again, great job just to claw back in. Still pretty far behind in third, but has made it a much tighter race. From turn 3 into turn 4, Tusky Valley out in front on your screen, Indian Valley in tow. Down the front stretch, Tusky Valley looking to close it out. Here comes Indian Valley, though. Fans on their feet towards the finish line. Will they have enough? Final burst, and Tusky Valley's going to capture the win, but boy, what a tight finish.
Yeah, Tusky Valley waited till the last second right there to push it, the last couple feet to actually kick it in.
Girls 400-meter shuttle hurdles only had 2 teams competing. Indian Valley captures the win, 108.99 to Canton Catholic Central's 128.63. Indian Valley team of Gianna Miles, Haley Klassner, Alana Allen, and Brooklyn Myers getting that win. Team scores updated. Indian Valley up on Tusky Valley by 5 now. And for the girls, Indian Valley leads Tusky Valley by 11 from this event. Might be different from what you have because that's the boys' shuttle.
Yeah, the boys' shuttle. Indian Valley team of Logan Burrier, T.C. Cannon, Will Holland, and Carson Hostetler win the 440 shuttle hurdles with the time of 1 minute and 1 second.
It's really hard to say shuttle hurdles.
Yeah. Ridgewood comes in second with Wyatt Lockhart, Carter Finn, Aidan Sparter, and Talon Carnes were second. Cuyahoga Heights comes in third. Tusky Valley comes in fourth. The boys' team scores in this one, Indian Valley 62, Tusky Valley 57, Cuyahoga Heights 50. And Indian Valley girls 60, Tusky Valley 59. So that race is going to come down these last couple events.
Well, they got some points here for the girls' 300-meter distance medley relay. Tusky Valley with the win with 9:30.44. And Rebecca Fouts, Leah Borkwin, Sammy Ward, and Trista Leisher. Indian Valley second of Brooklyn Myers, Amelia Smith, Cece Champa, and Jillian Welch at 10:31.50. Cuyahoga Heights third with Lily Cretan, Caitlin Amari, Alyssa Villanueva, and Ariana Rebello with an 11:13.04. Team score update for the boys. Indian Valley leads Tusky Valley by 5. For the girls, Indian Valley still up on Tusky Valley. They've closed the gap to 9. Getting ready for we will have, of course, the boys' results here shortly. Girls 4x200 relay upcoming. Newcomerstown, Tusky Valley, Coshocton, Cuyahoga Heights, Canton Catholic Central, Ridgewood, and Indian Valley. Those are lanes from 1 through 7. It's getting interesting, Shannon.
Yeah, and that's where these relay races, the team points in the pole vaults and the high jumps and the long jump, that all plays big dividends down here. And then these medley relays, and like you said, Indian Valley and Tusky Valley in a race for that boys title, and you just seen what happened right there. That little push right there at the end for Tusky Valley to win that medley or win that relay. Could that be enough to help propel them to the win?
Girls turned first, and the boys in the 4x400s will be coming up as well. It's amazing, again, as we talked about, just pacing yourself, that conservation of energy right up to that last moment. 4x200, starter getting set. As they're getting all athletes lined up and ready to go. Starter blocks getting set. Pole vault still ongoing. And I believe the only one who's competing right now is Klassner from Indian Valley, so probably trying to set some new heights.
Yeah, he's just competing against himself. I think his PR coming into this was 13 feet and 6 inches.
Not on that one, though.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones where you want to you could quit if you want. You've already won, but Coach, Buzz, he understands that Klassner needs to keep working. So as long as he's not fighting any type of injury, they're going to go ahead and take the shot to get the 3 practice attempts. And if he clears it, they'll move it up and he'll go again.
Of course, at the end of all of this, we'll bring you the final team champion from the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays. You can also check out the Big Z Sports Facebook page and all of our other social media platforms. We can give you more updates. Appreciate everyone who has tuned in and continue to support some high school track. We'll have more coming up later on this season. Next week, jam-packed with Big Z Sports. If you missed earlier when we talked about our upcoming schedule this week, you'll be able to check that out later on the Big Z Sports Facebook page. Baseball and softball on the way. As is standard, all weather permitting, of course.
It's gonna be 80 and beautiful in June.
When we're not doing anything, you mean?
When we finally get some time off, the weather's going to get nice.
That's all right. It gives us plenty of time to get the yard mowed, right?
My yard needs mowed now, but it's too wet.
Yeah, same here. I'll just be slip sliding everywhere if I try that, though. With all that rain we had, it is impressive, though, how well, not that they're using it right now, but how well the football field fared.
Yeah, it's done this football field, it's laid out nice. It's got a nice crown to it. The water drains off nice and even.
Underway for the girls 4x200. After they make this first handoff and come down the front stretch, we'll have a little bit better view of who's out in front.
Coach Dirk Gadd, he takes it pretty easy on this field with that high-powered
passing
offense. High-powered passing offense that he has down here.
On the handoff, it is Ridgewood who blasts out in front. McQueen handing off to Wentz. Coming down the front stretch. Wentz way out in front, Indian Valley. McDaniel behind her. Canton Catholic Central in third. With that team race, Tusky Valley in fourth. Lady Trojans got some work to do, but they could capture some big points here if they can come back.
Indian Valley had to slow up and wait on the handoff a little bit right there.
Ridgewood hands off to Bice. Indian Valley hands off to Swallow. Canton Catholic Central to Kirby. And for Tusky Valley, it is, I believe, Brothers who has it on the backstretch. Ridgewood already handing off for their final leg. Way out in front in turn 4. Now the team race gets real interesting. Indian Valley's dropped back a bit. Tusky Valley fighting back into it. Ice down the front stretch for Ridgewood. A dominant performance for the Lady Generals. Newcomerstown in second. Tusky Valley in third. Indian Valley and Canton Catholic Central duking it out for fourth. And it will be Tusky Valley who grabs second, I believe. That could be some big team points there for the Lady Trojans.
You know, if you're Indian Valley, that was one you kind of let get away right there because you don't want to come down to that 4x400 team because Tusky Valley is very strong in that event too.
What a showing again by this Ridgewood team, though, in that 4x200. Pretty dominant. It'll be the boys' turn now.
We have results of the boys' distance medley in 6th place.
Coming up, Newcomerstown, lane 1. Cuyahoga Heights, lane 2. Canton Catholic Central, lane 3. Coshocton, 4th. Indian Valley, lane 5. 6th lane is Tusky Valley. Lane 7 will be Ridgewood.
We have team results from the boys' shot put. In 5th place, Indian Valley. 4th place, Canton Central Catholic. 3rd place, Tusky Valley. 2nd place, Coshocton. 1st place.
Looks like you've got some team results there for the boys. I believe that's the 3,000, correct?
Yeah, 3,000 meter, and it was won by Tusky Valley. Gavin Maxwell, Cade Conrad, Eli Miller, and Logan Roth with a time of 8 minutes and 32 seconds. Indian Valley was second with Reese St. Clair, Max Kinsey, Zane Colvin. Actually, it was Colt James filling in for Zane Colvin and Nolan Pataka. And they finished second with a 8:32.94. So 8:32.54 and 8:32.94. And third was Canton Catholic Central. 4th was Newcomerstown. 5th was Cuyahoga Heights. 6th was Coshocton. And 7th was Ridgewood. And now, you got the next one, so I'll let you do the boys' scores.
Got the boys' shot put. Logan Sesser from Ridgewood, a 51-10 in the shot put, gets the win. Jonathan Stangl from Canton CC with a 46-1. Jake McDermott from Tusky Valley, 43-9. Carter Neff, 42 even for Indian Valley. And Julian Rivera from Coshocton with a 41. So Ridgewood, Coshocton, Tusky Valley, Canton CC, and Indian Valley, you're 1 through 5 there. Still a very tight battle all across the board. How about Sesser, though, from Ridgewood for the shot put? We knew he was pretty dominant with that, but another great showing for him.
Yeah, it's just Ridgewood over the years have had a couple athletes who can throw the shot put in the disc, and they continue to work hard in the weight room and perfect their technique.
Boys getting ready to get underway for the 4x200. Upcoming the 4x400, the last event. And with this team scores the way they are, it could come down to that. Always follow along with all the action on the Big Z Sports Facebook page and all of our social media platforms. And, of course, like this one, live on our YouTube channel. Thanks to our fantastic sponsors all season long. You can see at the bottom of your screen in the Keim Home Center and Right Mark Roofing. Getting the blocks finally set. Now, how much do you think for everybody who's out there on the track, are they aware of that team score, how close it is right now?
They're not aware of the team score because
no one's talking.
They're not talking about it because you can't look at it live. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if the PA announcer has been announcing the team score.
I don't think the team score's just been individual each event.
So she's been announcing the individual stuff, and I actually sent my wife a text because they're waiting for the shot put to get announced to see if they want it as a team for Indian Valley. But I told her, you don't want to leave yet because they're neck and neck with Tusky Valley for the championship. So you want to be around for a team picture if you can win it. So they don't. The kids right now don't know what the team scores are.
Still awaiting the start. Everybody getting set.
Can't say enough about, the athletes, the officials, and the staff here at Newcomerstown. They've really kept this meet moving forward, and, a lot of people are surprised at how early they're going to get out of here today.
It's only 1:05, which is that's very impressive.
Considering the weather and what you've had to deal with, I mean, that's, a lot of times when you get weather like this, you think it's going to take longer, and they've kept this thing moving along. So great job to Athletic Director Elliott and his staff here and the officials and the athletes, coaches, all of them. It's great job.
Underway in the boys 4x200. Team scores close for the boys and for the girls. Off the first leg. Humphrey out in that far lane for Ridgewood. Gets the clean handoff, as does Tusky Valley and Indian Valley. Those are your front runners so far as we come down the front stretch. Out in front, it is Ridgewood. Ford comes screaming past on the front stretch. Now Indian Valley in second. Tusky Valley slips back to third. Next leg upcoming. Sparger of Ridgewood.
Indian Valley took off too early. He had to stop and wait.
Now it's Canton Catholic Central who comes clawing into third place. Sparger way out in front for Ridgewood on the backstretch.
Yeah, Indian Valley was close there. Well, I mean, he literally had to stop and turn around and wait, and just, that's something they'll have to work on.
Talon Carnes will bring it home for Ridgewood.
Indian Valley
stumble on the handoff.
They just messed the handoff up again, 2 in a row.
Canton Central Catholic clawing back. Here comes Carnes. Ridgewood, great showing for them. Battle for second place. Finnan pushing Hickenbotham for Indian Valley. Now Tusky Valley looks like they are going to be able to pick up the fourth place as they come from behind there. Another great showdown in the 4x200. Ridgewood's got their 4x200s down for sure.
Yeah, and if you've ever been to a track meet with Coach John Slusser, you can hear him yelling at the boys that are coming in for that sprint. He'll be yelling, "Hold your water, hold your water." So he works real well with these athletes.
So last two events upcoming, the 4x400s for the boys and girls. Lane assignments 2 through 7. Canton Catholic Central. We'll get it right at some point. Lane 3, Cuyahoga Heights. Ridgewood's Lane 4. Coshocton's Lane 5. 6 is Tusky Valley. Lane 7 is Indian Valley.
Tusky Valley. And Lane 7, Indian Valley.
Adam Swiecki just texted me and said the 4x200 team for Ridgewood that they won, and they got a check, but it might be a school record for them.
My goodness.
And if they did, we'll post that whenever we get it confirmed. We can't post records on, somebody just
unconfirmed.
Saying. We have to get it confirmed by the athletic director.
And it wouldn't be Ohio if the rain didn't come back for the last two events.
Final call, boys, 4x400 meter relay.
As we've said before, we'll have the results on our Facebook page. Adam's been doing a great job getting some photos. Going to be getting those posted.
Yeah, and if you make sure you can go back and rewatch this. It'll be on YouTube along with over 300 and some other televised, things that we brought you between all the other sports. And They will post these full results on Miles Split when they get a chance here in a little bit. Like
technical difficulties, unable to post live.
But they got a whole crew over there working to get the awards ready and making sure everything's in order. And they got their laptops out and they're working over there hard. We got to thank the staff for helping us, giving us all the times and stuff, so we can try to keep you informed as much as possible.
They have wrapped up the pole vault, by the way, as you can see on your screen. They've got the tarp over that. All these folks who have come out and braved the weather today. A lot of love for high school athletics here in Sea Country and even a little bit further beyond with Canton CC and Cuyahoga Heights in town. Some of these close finishes in this one, how many of these kids do you think are going to keep that in mind when we move towards the IVCs? We're talking just for the IVC schools, of course.
Yeah, well, with the IVC schools, the Ridgewood and Tusky Valley and Indian Valley is going to be looking at these results today, and especially the team scores, and they're going to be like, listen, that's not going to happen at the IVC. we got to get it together, and we got to go win.
Always some things to work on, no matter what. As we'll get started. That's the thing that all these coaches will say, too. Even like for Ridgewood, for instance, if that 4x200 does end up being a school record, they're saying, hey, you can do more. You can do better. 4x400 is underway for the girls. Out in front, Tusky Valley taking the lead. Team of Borkwin, Ashton, Stallman, and Ward. Indian Valley in second with Champ, Smith, Klassner, and Myers. Ridgewood currently sits in third. Maple, Wentz, Bice. Staple of a lot of these girls' relays for Ridgewood and Bice. More score updates. Shannon's got the girls' discus update.
Girls' discus, Magdalene Collins from Newcomerstown wins it with a throw of 95 feet, 2 inches.
Pretty cool to be able to do on her home field.
Addison Lammers from Ridgewood was second, 91 feet, 1 inch. Macy Anderson from Indian Valley was third. Samantha Valet from Cuyahoga Heights was fourth. Gabrielle Wesneff from Coshocton was fifth. Michaela Krieger from Indian Valley was sixth. Sophia Puppery?
We're going to go with Puppery.
Puppery from Canton Central Catholic was seventh. And Kinley Hayes from Newcomerstown was eighth. And Indian Valley won the discus throw. As a team, Newcomerstown was second, Canton Catholic Central third, Cuyahoga Heights fourth, and Tusky Valley was fifth. Indian Valley girls lead Tusky Valley 88-73.
Still in the 4x400 girls as coming out of turn 4. Heading down the front stretch, Tusky Valley has the lead currently. Ridgewood right behind, trying to close the gap. Indian Valley currently sitting in third. Girls 4x200. Results, Ridgewood with the win at a 149 flat. Jalen McQueen, Lauren Wentz, Kylie Bice, and Kenzie Bice. Newcomerstown came home second with a 155.06. Samantha Cooter, Evelyn Hoover, Kenley Hayes, and Sully Garland. Tusky Valley third. Leah Howard, Talia Wallach, Addie Ward, and Peyton Brothers with a 155.07. And Indian Valley in fourth, Gianna Miles, Lainey McDaniel, Briley Swaldo, and Alana Allen with a 156.81. Team scores. Boys for Indian Valley up by 1 on Tusky Valley after that event. Indian Valley girls widen their lead a little bit over Tusky Valley. You've got the boys 4x200 as well.
Yeah, 4x200 team of Ridgewood's Matt Humphrey, Aidan Sparger, Briar Ford, and Talon Carnes win with a time of 1 minute and 34 seconds. Indian Valley was second with 1 minute and 41 seconds. Canton Catholic Central was third. Tusky Valley fourth. Cuyahoga Heights fifth. Newcomerstown sixth. And Coshocton in seventh. Team scores for the boys after this event. Indian Valley 82, Tusky Valley 78. And now the Indian Valley girls are up 93-79.
Hitting the last leg of the 4x400 now. Tusky Valley way out in front. Sammy Ward looking to capture the win for the Lady Trojans. Battle for second place between Ridgewood and Indian Valley. Myers of Indian Valley, Bice of Ridgewood.
This one is confirmed. The shuttle hurdles team for Ridgewood set a new school record.
Impressive stuff.
Impressive. Indian Valley won the event, but Ridgewood battled and set a new school record in their shuttle hurdles.
Congratulations to that Ridgewood team being able to do that. Down the front stretch, Ward coming up to the line. Tusky Valley way out in front. That battle for second place. Myers has edged ahead for Indian Valley. Ward caps off an impressive run for Tusky Valley. Myers will do the same for Indian Valley. So 1-2 go the two valleys. Ridgewood will place third. So, in terms of the boys team race, or the boys team race, Shannon, it'll come down to this 4x400.
Here it goes.
Looks like Indian Valley for the girls will be able to capture that team victory. Fantastic job for them. Great job, too, by the Lady Trojans from Tusky Valley.
Yeah, just outstanding, effort today. And I think for the girls, I think the deciding factor might have come down to the field events, as Indian Valley was able to pick it up in the shot and in the discus. And I'm not sure if they got it in the high jump, too.
They did. Yes.
So, they won 3. I'm not sure about the pole vault. I know.
We're waiting to see on pole vault results.
Yeah. So, but like I said, just outstanding job, by both schools. This is a little different event, because of all the relays and stuff and how everything goes. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams compete against each other at they'll go against each other at the Thrilla and Zorvilla, and again against each other at the IVC Championships.
Lane assignments, Lane 2, Coshocton, Lane 3, Ridgewood, Lane 4, Canton Catholic Central, Lane 5, Tusky Valley, Lane 6, Cuyahoga Heights, and Lane 7 is Indian Valley. Both these teams in this 4x4, last we saw, without the pole vault, obviously, was a 1-point race for the boys. A lot of fans still hanging around here, Shannon, probably knowing that it's going to be a tight one.
Yeah, they're hanging around, watch this exciting last race, and then they'll hang around for the trophy presentations. And right now, I'm sure coaches now got the word out to the athletes, like, listen, we got word from the press box that this might be the championship. So,
now, again, we do not know with the pole vault results, which might have changed things a bit.
Yeah, we keep forgetting that we haven't seen the boys' pole vault record or heights yet. So those we do know that Claxon won it, so they'll get some points there.
Regardless of that, I don't think even the coaches down there are probably even worrying about that.
No.
They're just keeping them focused on win this one.
They're probably, even if the coach, even if you know that you got a little bit of, wiggle room. You still don't tell your athlete that, because then your athlete knows that. So you tell your athlete, listen, we win this race, we win the meet. We lose this race, we lose the meet.
All athletes getting set, getting ready to go. 4x400 coming up. Thanks for everyone who has tuned in on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel throughout today. As this will be our last event, we'll let you know your team champions for the boys and for the girls. Go through a couple individual scores as well. Well, it's been a really fun day. Rain went away again. Those athletes that were out there for the girls 4x400 probably went, really? It had to start when we were going, but the boys don't get the rain.
You see one athlete down there on the field getting stretched. Not sure if she hurt something or the athletic trainer's just working on it a little bit.
Well, and that chill in the air, you might not feel it till you're done running. Coming up the rest of this week, as we've talked about already, our full broadcast schedule will be available on the Big Z Sports Facebook page as we are underway. Boys 4x400 could decide the team race as out in front. Out of the blocks, very tight between Indian Valley and Tusky Valley. Cuyahoga Heights up there as well. We'll see a little bit more as they even out coming down the front stretch. Out of turn 4, 2 front runners, Indian Valley, Tusky Valley coming down the front stretch. Tusky Valley really closing the gap there, takes the lead. Conrad passing McPeak right before the first handoff.
Yeah, and he gapped him a little bit more right there. As a runner, you can't let up. You got to push all the way through. McPeak hands off to Faulkner. But this will be tough for Indian Valley to close that gap. That's a big gap.
McElwee out in front for the Trojans. Got some pole vault results in now, thanks to Athletic Director Chad Elliott. Josiah Klassner from Indian Valley with a 14-foot to take the win. Aidan Ewelt from Cuyahoga Heights with a 13. Landon McPeak, 12-6 for Indian Valley. Ezra Norman from Newcomerstown with a 12-foot. So Braves win the boys' pole vault. Cuyahoga Heights second. Tusky Valley third, Newcomerstown fourth. Team score for the boys, 8-point advantage now for the Braves.
Faulkner was able to close the gap and take the lead, but he kind of run out a little bit, but he's giving his team a shot.
On the handoff, Braves out in front of the Trojans. It's close at the front. Cuyahoga Heights sits in third. Girls 4x400 results will be reading upcoming here. We hit turn 3. Smith for the Braves, stretching it out a little bit over Tusky Valley now. Down the front stretch we come. For the next handoff, Braves out in front. Girls 4x400, Tusky Valley with the win with a 4:19.35 of Leah Borquin, Savannah Ashton, Tori Stallman, and Sammy Ward. Indian Valley with a 4:30.97. Place second. Ridgewood comes home in third. Coshocton fourth. Cuyahoga Heights fifth. And Canton CC in sixth. As Hostetler way out in front now. Tusky Valley, though, one of their strongest runners throughout the day in Whitlatch. Actually, I believe it might be Miller. But regardless, he's going to have a lot of work to make up here on this final turn.
Yeah, Hostetler is a pretty good athlete for Indian Valley. He's been working on his sprinting to get out quick for the hurdles. So that'll help him get that big lead. He's just got to be able to sustain it.
Down to the line, Indian Valley picks up the win in the boys 4x400 and will wrap up the boys' team win. Girls also victorious. Indian Valley, Tusky Valley go 1-2 in the boys and girls races there. Fantastic work by all athletes today. We'll go ahead and take a brief timeout as that wraps up our final event. We'll bring you the full final team score and more from right here in Newcomerstown from the J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays. Big Z Sports is back right after this.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net. Are you ready to give your home a new look? Look no further than Wayne Door, your one-stop shop for all your residential needs. Garage doors, entry doors, windows, and patio doors, Wayne Door has everything you need to upgrade your curb appeal. With 24/7 emergency service, you can trust their technicians to be there when you need them most. Stop by the Dover showroom on State Route 39 or visit WayneDoor.com and let the experts help transform your house into the home of your dreams. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors, from the people you can trust.
Commercial building owners, how well do you keep your roof maintained? At Rightmark Roofing, we offer our Bullseye Maintenance Program to building owners to help keep your roof healthy. This includes our 21-point inspection that examines all the essential areas of your roof that require year-round maintenance, a detailed report on the health and status of your roof, priority service that moves you to the front of the line, and discounts that reduce the risk of expensive repairs. Give us a call at 330-275-0088 or visit our website at rightmarkroofing.com to learn more.
Join us at Keim Home Center in Charm for Customer Appreciation Days, April 7th through 12th. We're celebrating our customers all week long with giveaways, gift card drawings, woodworking demonstrations, and refreshments. Save 10% on appliances, lawn and garden tools, housewares, and so much more. Don't miss our free pancake and sausage breakfast Friday and Saturday morning. Visit KeimHome.com or follow us on Facebook for more details. We'll see you April 7th through 12th for Customer Appreciation Days at Keim Home Center in Charm.
Hi, I'm Zach Motice with the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency. For all your auto, home, farm, and business insurance needs, contact our team at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency or stop in and see us at one of our 3 locations in downtown New Philadelphia, Sugar Creek, or in Strasburg, providing excellent service to the Tuscarawas Valley since 1885. Everyone here at the Tuscarawas Insurance Agency would like to wish all area athletes good luck this season.
Big moments are coming. Are you ready? If you need sponsor banners, graduation programs, or yard sale signs, the East Central Ohio Print Center has you covered. Visit ecoprintcenter.org. And if you've got a new driver in the house, East Central Ohio ESC offers flexible driver's education with in-car training and online options. Scholarships are available from signs to steering wheels. The East Central Ohio Educational Service Center is here to help. Find out more today online at ecoesc.org.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They are the place to call for residential, commercial, and industrial work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net. Are you ready to give your home a new look? Look no further than Wayne Door, your one-stop shop for all your residential needs. Garage doors, entry doors, windows, and patio doors, Wayne Door has everything you need to upgrade your curb appeal. With 24/7 emergency service, you can trust their technicians to be there when you need them most. Stop by the Dover showroom on State Route 39 or visit WayneDoor.com and let the experts help transform your house into the home of your dreams. Wayne Door, more than just garage doors, from the people you can trust.
Back to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Trophy presentations are going to be underway here from Newcomerstown and Lee Stadium as all events have been run now. Great showing by so many different athletes, as it looks like Tusky Valley's actually taking a team lap around both the boys and girls taking a team lap around. Final event, boys 4x400 relay. Indian Valley, or Shannon, you've got the results as Indian Valley captured that win.
Yeah, Indian Valley captured that win in a big way. They needed that one to help them out. Is the team of Landon McPeak, Owen Fockler, Colton Smith, and Carson Hostetler win it with a time of 3 minutes and 26 seconds. Tusky Valley was second with a time of 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Cuyahoga Heights third, Ridgewood fourth, Canton Catholic Central fifth, and Coshocton in sixth.
As for the team scores, the final team scores, Shannon, you've got those as well.
And for the team scores, the boys, Newcomerstown was seventh. Coshocton comes in sixth. Canton Catholic Central in fifth. Ridgewood in fourth. Cuyahoga Heights in third with the team total of 74 points. Coming in second was Tusky Valley with 92 points. And your J.D. Milburn boys champions are the Indian Valley Braves with a score of 102 points. And girls scores finished in seventh, Coshocton, sixth, Cuyahoga Heights, 5th, Canton Catholic Central. 4th, Newcomerstown. Ridgewood comes in 3rd with 79 points. Tuskegee Valley comes in 2nd with 89 points. And the girls' champions is also the Indian Valley Braves with a team total of 101 points.
Great performances all across the board by all teams who participated today, and a great time to be had for sure from Newcomerstown. Some good numbers, some good times, some good distances set here in the early goings of this track season. Can't wait to see how those improve down the stretch.
Yeah, today was a fun day for these athletes. It was a little different track meet. That's why a lot of these schools like to come to this. Gives everybody an opportunity to try some different events. And it's every track meet is a total team effort, but today is even more of a team effort because your discus, your long jump, and all your field events, all the athletes add their distances up, and then that gives them team points, and and I believe that's what helped the Indian Valley girls be able to top the running team of the the Tuskegee Valley Trojans. Is the field events was able to gain some points right there, and like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what these schools can do when it comes down to the IVC meet later this year right here at Newcomerstown.
Definitely will be, and that will do it for our coverage today. Trophy presentations going out. Adam Ciereszewski's got your photos covered on the Big Z Sports social media platforms. Thanks to the Keim Home Center and Right Mark Roofing for this J.D. Milburn Memorial Relays here on our YouTube channel. Get subscribed today. Don't miss out on any of our broadcasts, and follow along with all the action on our Facebook page, including our schedule. For the Claxon Communications crew, Adam Ciereszewski and Shannon Thomas, I'm Nick McWilliams. Don't go anywhere, Z Country. We'll be back at a high school again near you soon.
Thanks for watching this Claxon Communications production of high school sports on the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. For the latest news and scores, follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, on Twitter at @Big_Z Sports, and on Instagram. Don't miss any of the live stream coverage all season long by simply subscribing for free to Big Z Sports on our YouTube channel. For the best in high school sports coverage, there is only one Big Z Sports.